to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lead.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
Ride, got the top let down. Leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lead.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
You see the European grills, so the lips glitz. Tank full of Theraflu, cause I be in them sick whips. Brick slip, roll with me, catch a contact. High definition popping, flipping out the armrest. See, I'm a rider, dipping in the catalog. Just got it fitted on some shit I need a ladder for. Come up in your hood stun when I leave, dude.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
I can't deny, I feel I'm such a fly guy. Top chop, call him Sleepy Hollow when they ride by. I know them haters can't stand it. I ain't got a blemish on my Jolly Rancher can. Ride on, ride. Top let down. We been through the crowd with the bass up loud. Just slide, glide. On the slab when I creep. Take a bath or you put your ass on them seats. Ride. Got the top let down. Leaning to the right with the
What's
bass
happening?
up
What's
loud.
happening with it?
Slide,
Y'all already know what it is.
2 miles per hour.
You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing.
Got the top let down.
Yeah, let's cook. We definitely gonna cook today.
Choking on that.
Sylvester 2011, what's happening with it? Dank Father, what it do? When you come in the building, make sure you let me know you're in the building. Jump in the comments. I'm gonna open up the panel today, so if some of y'all want to come up here and cook, you'll be welcome to come up here and cook today. I got time today, so we can definitely get it in. We definitely gonna cook about everything going on in boxing. We see who else we got in the building. Like I said, once you come in the building, jump in the comments. Let me know you're in the building. David Frazier, what's happening with it? Emmanuel Carter in the building. DC Dre, don't mess with Texas. What's happening with it? The OG Bruce Gas in the building. What it do, Bruce? Yes, sir. Hal Booger, what's happening with it? The boxing soap opera continues. The soap opera of boxing continues. Conner Benn, man, he just fought. I don't know if y'all watched that. I got to watch that. That's the only fight I saw on that card. The rest of it I didn't see. Wasn't really too interested in it. I did want to watch Emma Williams, but by the time I remembered that they was fighting, Emma Williams was announcing that he had won already, so I didn't get to see his fight. But other than that, ain't too much was going on, as far as boxing on TV today. But it's a lot going on as far as boxing gossip and Twitter and all that extra stuff. Let me see, Smitty, what's happening with it? He said, it's Seattle boxing. Okay, you changed your name. Okay, for sure. Black Truth, what it do? Al Booger said, Ammo look good. Man, my partner Eric, he trains Ammo. The white dude that be in the back, that be with Ammo all the time. Yeah, man. That's my partner Eric. He actually lived like shit around the corner from me. The crazy thing about him, man, People will be surprised, man. He was a hard ass music producer. Like his beats was nasty. But he was always in the boxing. You know, he used to be a tough man champion. Meaty Riley, what's happening with it? CEO says, I love Tank, but he got to go about business in a more diplomatic way. Thank you. Much respect, ETB. And appreciate you coming through the building. Tone Deaf, salute. What it do? Hey, Black Truth said Turkey getting that Tank is crazy. Yeah, man, we definitely gonna talk about that. Tone Deaf says young folks don't understand respect to receive respect. Yeah, we definitely gonna get into that, man. Hey, you know, people gonna have their different opinions on how Tank came at Turki Ali, and then you know the back and forth. But you know, we definitely gonna talk about all of that, man. And like I said, as y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button for me. I'm doing a live stream. I usually can't do the live streams on Saturdays because, you know, the kids be running around the house too loud. But, you know, that ain't the case right now. So I said, let me get a live stream in. And I told people I was going to come on here yesterday. Had to cut it kind of short yesterday. And, you know, we back. And like I said, this is going to be an open panel. So I'm going to drop the links for y'all. We'll cook a little bit, and then I'll drop the link. Yeah, Black. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Omega, what's happening with it? Omega in the building. What it do, Omega? Omega said, man, F boxing, he on football right now. Yeah, man. Yeah, F football for sure for me. You know what I'm talking about? F football. But yeah, man, Shakur, he came, he did an interview, you know. He did an interview and let everybody know, you know, what was on his chest. Pretty much why he came out and told everybody that he would retire. Said it wasn't even because that he ain't get a Navarrete fight. He said it was a lot of bullshit going on behind the scenes. So, you know, we're going to touch on that a little bit. Thank Father, what's happening with it? The Fury Usyk interview. No, I didn't see no Fury Usyk interview. But I mean, you can enlighten me a little bit on it. You can enlighten me what happened with the. I see what I do, what I have been seeing with you know, in regards to Fury and Usyk. I've been seeing a lot of people claiming that Tyson Fury is out here making up, you know, excuses so he don't have to fight Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I seen Usyk, what's his name? Aegis Claymos, Usyk's manager, you know, the manager that he manages Usyk and Loma and all them Ukraine fighters. I saw him, he came out and tried to claim that Tyson Fury had his wife hit him in his head with a damn frying pan to crack his eye open. Now, that's some bullshit, right? Because they did play the footage when Tyson Fury, he got elbowed dead in his eye in training camp and it split his eye open. Now, Fury, he done a lot of BS in the past to pull out of fights. So, of course, people are not going to believe, you know, people are not going to believe it's legit. You know what I'm saying? People are not going to believe it's legit. But for Aegis Claimants to come out and say that Tyson Fury had his wife hit him across his shit with a frying pan, like, that's some of the craziest shit I ever heard before. He could have came up with something better than that. Come on, man. Miss Joette, what's going on with it, Queen? And the Queen Lori in the building. What's going on with it, Lori? And much blessings, Lori. And I hope your sons make it far. I hope your son, your son got talent. And I hope he make it far. I hope he make it far. And I love how you support him. I love how you support him. That's dope. You be at the party, he rocking shows and parties, and you right there with him. That's hella dope. Dank Father said, Egan said he's standing on what he said. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I guess they need a narrative. It's gonna help build the fight more when it, what I'm saying? Like, I can see what he's doing. He's building this into a beef, right? Now he can claim that Tyson Fury pulled out the fight because he was afraid. He had his wife hit him in the face with a frying pan. That's a storyline that they're gonna go off of. And leading into when they put the fight back on, right? Maybe it'll have more buzz. Maybe, they could play it like now it's real beef. So, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, but Tyson Fury and Usyk, man, it's like I said yesterday, who is really jumping up and down out of their seat and antsy to see that fight? I ain't tripping that. Like, I'm not. When I heard yesterday that the fight was off, I wasn't tripping. I was like, oh, okay, bet. But we got Teofimo Lopez coming up on Thursday. Teo and Jermaine Ortiz, that's a hell of a fight, man. And Jermaine Ortiz is another fighter like Devin Haney that was struggling to make 135, right? And I think that Ortiz was depleting his body trying to make 135. And I think he missed weight the last two fights. Jermaine Ortiz missed weight the last two fights, so we know he was killing himself to make weight. So Jermaine Ortiz, I'm looking for him to be much more healthier and much stronger at 140 pounds, and he might give Teo some problems. Like, what I'm saying? But, man, let me say this, right? Shout out to Teofimo Lopez, because when you really look at Teo in his resume, he got a hell of a resume. When you look at Teo compared to all of the other fighters that came up that's in his age group, he got the best resume out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? He got the best resume out of all of them. Quiet as kept. Yeah, Devin and Tank and some of these other guys, yeah, they get talked about a lot more than Teo, but Teo, he got the best resume. Like, who got a better resume than Teofimo Lopez when you start talking about, let's say, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia? You know what I'm saying? Who else am I missing? Throw somebody else in there. Like, he got the best resume out of all of them. So, shout out to Teo, although he be doing some clown shit at times. But at the end of the day, man, Teo, man, he run into the smoke. And once again, he's fighting a fighter that is dangerous. Jermaine Ortiz, like I said, I'm looking for Jermaine Ortiz to be a lot more dangerous at 140 pounds than he was at 135, because I believe that Jermaine Ortiz is even bigger than Devin Haney. He's bigger than Devin. So imagine how hard it was for him to make a $135. Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to that fight. On the undercard, you got Keyshawn Davis. He gonna go and fight Pedraza. And man, I was listening to an interview with Keyshawn Davis, and shout out to Keyshawn Davis. He get a lot of hate. You know, it's crazy because you got a certain group of people, right, that link together on YouTube and on social media. And for some reason, they try to tear down anybody that has any involvement with Shakur Stevenson. Big baby Jared Anderson, they hate on him. They hate on Keyshawn Davis. They hate on Keyshawn Davis. Of course, they hate on Shakur real hard. And all of them fighters are great fighters. Now, when it comes to Keyshawn Davis, hell of a fighter. Keyshawn Davis, a hell of a fighter. People don't like him because he talk a lot. But see, I never disliked a fighter because they talk a lot. Like, I think that a fighter should talk that shit. As long as they willing to get in the ring and prove by fighting the best or by fighting anybody, talk all the shit that you want to. I don't have a problem with you talking shit. So I don't understand why fans get pissed off and they get mad because they say a fighter run their mouth too much. Like, how can you run your mouth too much as a fighter if you're willing to fight anybody? Now, I can understand if you're running your mouth like a George Kambosos and some of these fighters that always run their mouth, but then they're not willing to fight the best. Like, what pisses me off the most is when I see some of these fighters get on Twitter and they get to talking like just hella shit. But then you ain't talking about fighting that person that you talking shit to. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking about fighting that person that you talking shit to. So and it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? It's hella crazy to me. But Keyshawn Davis, man, I like Keyshawn Davis. He a hell of a fighter. You don't win a silver medalist in the Olympics by being a bomb. Real talk. You don't win a silver medalist in the Olympics by being a bomb. So Keyshawn can fight, man. And one thing that I like from Keyshawn, man, is the interview that he did that I watched. He opened up a lot, and I didn't know. Keyshawn Davis said that he had to go to a mental facility. He said he had to check himself into a mental facility before, and he said he had real deep mental health issues. He said he tried to kill himself. He said he was harming himself, man, and he was able to open up about that. But he also talked about, like, he was a huge weed smoker. He said he was the type that would wake up, smoke weed in the shower, you know what I'm saying? Smoke weed all day. And he said he didn't think that he could stop smoking weed, but he with the help of God, now he don't smoke weed no more. And he says that it's a big difference now that he stopped smoking weed in his performance, his energy, and everything. And it's crazy because I got a homeboy, right? I got a boy, and he's he owns a huge construction company, right? A big construction company, commercial construction company, and he used to smoke weed every day, all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day, right? Just nonstop. And I used to tell him, dog, like, you can't get nothing done. Like, we'll be wanting to go somewhere, and it be we supposed to leave, and 2 hours later we still in the same place, and he rolling another blunt, and I'm like, bro, you move too slow. You don't realize it. He never realized it. And then he got the big huge business, and he had to stop smoking. And he was like, man, yeah, man. He was like, you ain't lying, man. I noticed, like, man, I just move so much faster. I do everything so much faster now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what Keyshawn Davis was saying. He said he was smoking so much weed for so long that he didn't notice that it was affecting his performance and in different things. And now he says, man, we're going to see a different Keyshawn Davis. He said, now we're going to see a different Keyshawn Davis. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Keyshawn Davis against Pedraza. Now, everybody know that Pedraza is Gervonta Davis's first, first fight that he won his belt off of, the first championship fight that Tank won. And so I'm looking forward to that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. So I can't wait to next Thursday. Like I said, this Thursday, this coming up Thursday, we're gonna have a hell of an event, hell of a night. Top Rank, and Top Rank always put on good fight cards. Top Rank, they Abdullah Mason, he coming back, and Abdullah Mason is a beast. You know what I'm saying? Abdullah Mason is a beast. He gonna be a problem. I heard Shakur Stevenson talking about Abdullah Mason. He said that he was able to spar Abdullah Mason, get in a lot of rounds with him, and he said that Abdullah Mason is gonna be one of the next fighters for sure to take over the sport of boxing. He says the kid is special. He said the kid is special. So I can't wait. Like I said, it's gonna be some good fights, man. Some good fights this coming up Thursday. Dang Fowler said they smoking that bullshit. That's their problem. Yeah, man. See, y'all think, man. See, y'all like avid weed smokers like that. Y'all think that shit don't slow you down. It slow you down. You just been smoking for so long, you don't notice. And I'm pretty sure that Keyshawn Davis wasn't smoking on that bullshit because he got the money to be able to smoke on whatever he want to smoke on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he got the money to be able to smoke on whatever he want to smoke on. A1, what's happening with it? OTB Boxing, what it do? What's happening with it? And y'all smash the like button, I know it's a lot of y'all in the background. A lot of y'all in the background right now. You up in here, you know what I'm saying, hating and shit. Running up in here, a whole bunch of trolls and shit. But smash the like button. Y'all got to get the likes up. How's 110 people in here and 40 likes? That shit, that's ridiculous. Come on now. Get the likes up. Ryan Garcia said it definitely has an effect. But see, the thing is, it affects some people more than it affects others. I'm not like, if I smoke, I'm not no functional weed smoker. I'm gonna let y'all know straight up. I can't smoke weed and be functional. I'm that shit gonna slow me down like a motherfucker. But some people, they could be somewhat fun. Like, it's certain things that I can do. Now, if I smoke and work out, oh yeah, I'm more focused. You know what I'm saying? My workouts is better, but I can't smoke and be on no live stream or smoke and do, and drop content and videos and things like that. I can't do that. It slowed me down. Let's see who else we got in the building. Teach in the building. What's happening with it? Big Truck Trap Star. What it do? Dragon Assassin Official. What's happening with it? C-Towns Finesse. What it do? My man Old School 868 in the building. What's happening with it? Salute. And like I said, as y'all come in the building and everybody that's, in the building and in the background, get the lights up, smash the like, smash on the like button. Joseph Jackson, what's happening with it? It's funny, man. Like, hey, it's funny because these trolls, they will waste all of their time going through account after account after account after account just to say some dumb shit in the chat. Like, that's what your life consists of? Going around trolling in people's chats? and then you get blocked, and then you go make another account just to troll. Like that, if that's what your life consists of, like that shit is sad. Like real talk, that shit is sad. You know, it's sad as hell. But yeah, moving on. Keyshawn Davis, we gonna see if Keyshawn Davis, he said he's going straight after Jose Pedraza. He said he's going straight after Jose Pedraza. He said y'all gonna see a different Keyshawn Davis. He said he going straight after him. It ain't gonna be no I'm trying to outbox him. He said he going in there to get him out of there. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Karma, what's going on with it, Queen? She said smoke and work out, you're gonna drop a weight on your head. Nah, actually it lets me focus more. You know what I'm saying? I can smoke, I run my miles, I do my, you know, I train hard when I smoke, but I don't smoke in the mornings when I work out a lot of times because shit, I gotta work afterwards and shit, I'm not functional like that. It's certain things I can function if I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I can do, certain things I can't do. But see, I'm old enough and wise enough to understand what I can do and what I can't do. So things that I can't do, I don't even try to do it. A lot of people, you know, they don't know no better. They gonna do it anyway. That ain't me. Hey, funny story. So when me and Money, this is probably like 2020, 21, when me and Money used to do live streams every day, like some years ago, right? When me and Money had the show together. One day, I smoked some heavy shit. So, man, I smoked I'm talking about some fire before the live stream. And I fucked around. I was too high. And I told Money, I said, dog, I'm going to have to turn my camera off. I'm going to need you to go ahead and hold this show down because I can't even think straight. I'm so damn hot. Yeah, that ain't, you know, fuck all that. I'm straight. I can't do it, man. Now, watch the trolls go run around. Watch the trolls take this shit, edit it, right? And then run around on YouTube talking about, man, you see, I knew he was on crack. I knew he smoked crack. Lori said, if I smoke, I go straight to sleep. It's crazy because when I smoke, I be having a hard time sleeping. Real talk. When I smoke, I be having a hard time sleeping. Let me see. Miss Joette, the queen in the building with the super sticker. I appreciate you, queen, coming through supporting the channel. Yeah, with the super sticker. Yeah, it's gonna be all over the internet. I knew everything boxing. See, he admitted that he smoked crack. Yeah. Joseph Jackson said, I'll be going to work high chilling. But what do you do? That's the difference, Joseph Jackson. What do you do? Does it, when you be high at work, does it pertain something that you have to be, you know, focused and have your mind on? It just all depends what you do. Whatchamacallit say, I can't smoke unless I'm doing something. I had to give it up. CDL. Oh, yeah, man. I had a partner. Man, I shouldn't even be laughing because it ain't funny. I had a partner. He had a CDL, right? Well, he had a CDL. Yeah, he had a CDL. And he was a truck driver. And he used to buy this synthetic piss because he said that's the only way that he could drive over the road long distances. He had to smoke. He said that's the only way I can, you know, drive that shit. He said, man, that's the only way I can stay up is I have to smoke. So I'm like, man, how the hell are you passing all these tests and shit? And he kept some synthetic piss with him. Well, somehow, you know, they caught him off guard, and yeah, of course, His motherfucking piss was dirty as hell, and he lost his CDL. But speaking of that, right? That's another thing. If I'm on long trips and I gotta drive a long way, that's when I have to smoke too. Like it helps me. It helped me stay up and it helped me focus. And I could drive long distance if I smoke. If I don't smoke, I can't drive long distance. But like I said, I'm not no smoker like that. Like, shit, a blunt will last me a month. A blunt will last me a month sometimes. Joseph say I work around the car yard, taking off used parts. Oh yeah, you can do shit like that, but it might slow you down, right? It might slow you down, depending on you might be staring at that motherfucking part, and some shit that might take you 10 minutes might take you 40 minutes to do. OTB says, I gotta smoke to function. See, you think that, like I said, my partner, he used to think that he had to smoke to function until, he got that, and until his company grew to where he couldn't smoke no more. And then he realized that he functioned a lot better if he didn't smoke. Yes, sir. Yeah, dang father. For sure. I'm on AZ. Chef Germ says cap. So you just want to come in here and say cap. And Blue Angel came in here. It's the same dude that was in here earlier. And he came in here he made a whole nother account to type in my chat. Right? That shit make me feel special. Like these dudes waste their time to make all these different accounts just to type to me. I can't smoke because my CDL, but I'll buy gram from time to time just to smell it. What the fuck wrong with you, dog? Hey, Roger A said he'll buy a gram just to smell it because he can't smoke. Hey, man, Joseph Jackson, these trolls, bro. I mean, they have an obsession with some of us. That's all it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this what my life has come to? I'm making 10 and 20 different accounts just to type in somebody's account and troll. Like, think about that. Think about that. I'm making 10 and 20 different accounts just so I can sit around and go from channel to channel and troll. That shit crazy. But moving along, that shit was funny. He said he had to he smell it. He had to smell it. Man, I'm gonna drop these links though, cause we gonna get into this boxing talk, man. I'm gonna pin the link for y'all so we can cook on this boxing. Hold on. Let me see. Copy. We gonna get into the Gervonta Davis and Turki Alalshikh, Turkey Sheik. We're gonna talk about Shakur Stevenson and what he had to say in his interview about the whole retirement and all of that. We're gonna talk about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, man. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Devin is talking about they sent him a bullshit ass offer. And so, man, it's a whole lot of shit going on. But as far as Keyshawn Davis, man, I'm looking forward to seeing him fight. I'm looking forward to seeing Teofimo Lopez fight. And I want to see if Keyshawn Davis gonna do what he said he's gonna do. He said he's stepping straight to Pedraza, and he going in there to take his ass out. So I'm looking forward to that. But the link is pinned. Link is pinned in the chat. And my man Big Dog Willie coming through with the super chat. What's happening with it, Big Dog? And y'all smash the like button. Smash on the like button, y'all. Get the likes up. We still low on the likes. So if y'all get the likes up, The link is pinned in the chat. So if y'all want to come up here and cook, you're welcome to come up here and cook. Yeah, so I'm listening to Shakur Stevenson today, right? In the interview that he did, I believe he did it last night or whenever he did it, right? It came out today, I believe. And Shakur, he says that, you know, everybody got it wrong when they said that he said that everybody got it twisted because a lot of people saying that he got pissed off because he didn't get the Navarrete fight. And he was expecting that he was going to get the Navarrete fight. So he said, people felt like that he was frustrated and pissed off. That's why he said he was retiring. Well, he said that shit is a false narrative that people running with. He said that ain't the case. Well, this is my thing with that situation, right? This is my thing with the situation, right? You can't really say it's a false narrative that people running with, right? Because people really don't know, right? Until you tell people what the reason is, people got a right to, assume. That's what people gonna do. You just gotta realize that once you come out and, tell everybody that you retiring, at the same time that you find out that Navarrete is fighting fucking Maxie Hughes, right? And then you go on there and you post that and you basically tell everybody this is some bullshit. And then you say I might as well retire. And then after that, you say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm retiring. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gone. Fuck this. Of course, people going to assume that you was frustrated because you didn't get the Emmanuel Navarrete fight. So I don't think that you can say that people just running with a false narrative, right? Because that, like what you expect people to think. You feel me? And y'all know I rock with Shakur, but I'm going to keep it a buck. What do you expect people to think in that situation? So, of course, people going to say that. It's not a false narrative. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. It looked like that you got pissed off because, you didn't get that fight and whatnot, right? But what he says that is not the reason. He says that, yes, he did want the Navarrete fight, but he says he didn't even think that he was going to get the Navarrete fight. He says that he was more pissed off because of different things that was taking place behind the scenes, probably with Top Rank, right? If he didn't say Top Rank, but you can read between the lines, right? You can read between the lines. So basically, what I got from what he was saying, he's saying it's a lot of bullshit that he really can't speak on that's taking place behind the scenes. Right? And that's what made him kind of come out like that and erupt and say that he was retiring because of shit that's going on behind the scenes that he can't really put out there and air it out. But he said it wasn't Emmanuel Navarrete because he says he feels that he didn't even think he was going to get the Navarrete fight. He said, yeah, he wanted the Navarrete fight, but he didn't think that he was going to get the fight. Now, like I said, all we can do is assume because Shakur, he wouldn't speak on what was going on behind the scenes, which, I can understand that. I understand that because some things you can't speak on, right? If he fuck around and, air everything out that's going on behind the scenes, they probably going to use that against him even more, depending on what's going on behind the scenes. But I think it's things going on with him and Top Rank, right? Because Shakur hasn't committed to signing back with Top Rank. And also, Shakur has been vocal, letting people know, look, I have one more fight in this contract. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a free agent. And letting people know, like, I might not sign back with Top Rank. If I am going to sign back with Top Rank, they're going to have to come with it. They're going to have to come different than what they've been coming. So I think that, we know how Bob Arum and we know how Top Rank get down. But with all that being said, man, I remember when I asked Shakur Stevenson, right? This is how I know that he didn't really think that he was gonna get the Navarrete fight, because I asked him that when he came up here, and I said, "Well, you probably gonna be fighting Navarrete next, and y'all gonna be fighting for the vacant, I believe what is it, the WBO strap?" And he was like, "Nah." He was like, "Shit, I don't know nothing about that." He said he didn't know nothing about that. He said, I said, "Well, that's a strong possibility, ain't it?" He was like, "Shit, I don't know. We just gotta see." So he never said that, or never even pretended like he was gonna get that fight next. But who knows what's going on behind the scenes with Bob Arum, But now, I can understand his frustration, because when you look at the scene, right? You look at Top Rank, and I know a lot of people that don't know shit about how boxing is ran. The first thing that y'all gonna say is, "Oh man, he can run it back with De Los Santos." Won't he run it back with De Los Santos? He acting like he ain't got nobody to fight. He can run it back with De Los Santos. But this is the problem with that. Shakur already made it clear that he wants to run it back with De Los Santos, that he will run it back with De Los Santos. But the problem with a De Los Santos fight is you got a man, Shakur Stevenson, that's the WBC champion, in his last fight on a Top Rank contract, right? He on his last fight in a Top Rank contract. In order for him to be able to even run it back with De Los Santos, PBC would have to agree once again to let De Los Santos go over to Top Rank and fight Shakur Stevenson. Also, Bob Arum got to agree that he's willing to put on another fight with a PBC fighter, which is highly unlikely. We know that if you in your last fight with any company, whether it's PBC, Top Rank, DAZN, what they're gonna do is they're gonna make sure that that last fight that you in under that contract, it's an in-house fight. So the chances of Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos even being able to run it back is probably like a 3% chance to none. Like it's not even a chance that Bob Arum is gonna put on that fight again in Shakur Stevenson's last fight for Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a chance. It's not even an option. You know what I'm saying? It's not even an option. So when you look at the landscape, who is an option for Shakur Stevenson to fight at 135, right? Who's an option? I think that they could have made a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Zepeda, even though he's not a top-ranked fighter, but Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, is real close to Bob Arum. They do real close bit, like they have a good business relationship. They have a good personal relationship. They mess with each other like that. But Oscar was already like, nah. And then William Zepeda, he already got a fight coming up with somebody, so he's not even on the table. But so then you would look at Top Rank, right? You would look at the Top Rank roster. Derek Choi says Shakur can fight winner of Loma versus Kambosos. Shakur don't want to sit around for no fucking, you know what I'm saying? Shakur don't want to sit around all that time waiting for the winner of Loma versus Kambosos, and Loma's not going to fight Shakur. And I'll get to why he's not going to fight Shakur in a second, right? I'll get to that in a second. But that's not even an option, because they already have that planned out, and Shakur already talked about that also. Like, that's another thing that it seemed like he was pissed off about, because Top Rank behind the scenes, they already have what they're going to make happen for those scraps planned out. But like I said, I'll get to that in a minute. So, Derek Choice, I'll get back to your comment in a second. But when you look at the landscape, right? Who is he going to fight on Top Rank? You can't really think of nobody, right? And now that's why he's frustrated. That's why he's frustrated, because it's like, okay, now all these dudes is ducking me. Y'all got bullshit going on behind the scenes because y'all think I'm gonna leave Top Rank. And it's kind of like y'all just trying to make me sit on the shelf, right? Y'all see, this is the thing, right? He's in a hard spot right now because he only got one fight left with Top Rank. But it's up to Top Rank who they put him in the ring with and when they put him in the ring. See, all that shit is up to Top Rank. They can make Shakur Stevenson sit, you know what I'm saying, until the end of the year. Yeah, he got one more fight left, but it's up to them when they give him that fight. Now, a lot of people saying Raymond Muratalla. It ain't no way in hell that Raymond Muratalla people are going to put him in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Like, y'all know that Raymond Muratalla's people is not going to put him in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Raymond Muratalla is still a fighter on the come up, right? He's still a fighter on the come up. Why would they put him in the ring with Shakur Stevenson when they're still trying to build his profile? It's a good fight. Yeah, it's a good fight. But they ain't putting him in the ring with no Shakur Stevenson. Like, y'all gotta understand, man, how this boxing works. They're not finna put Raymond Muratalla, who is, and I'm pulling this ring, he's 19-0 right now with 16 KOs, right? But Raymond Muratalla haven't even had a step-up fight, right? The best opponent on Raymond Muratalla's resume is Jeremiah Nakathila. But other than that, this is his resume. He's still he's still you know, kind of like in the prospect stages. So yeah, is that a good fight? Yeah. Yeah. Nah, Shakur ain't quiet about Raymond Muratalla. He actually spoke about Raymond Muratalla on his own live stream that he did on Twitch. So you can't come in here and just say shit and throw things out there that's not true. He wasn't quiet about Raymond Muratalla because he spoke on him on his live stream. And he said that he think that Raymond Muratalla is a pretty good fighter. He said he's not fucking with me though. But see, this is the thing with somebody like Raymond Muratalla and how boxing is ran today. Because when it comes to certain fighters, like then y'all tend to throw out the window how the sport of boxing is ran, right? Muratalla is still on that level to where he haven't even had a step-up fight yet. He ain't even had a step-up fight yet, really. Everybody on his resume is guys we ain't never heard of except for Jeremiah Nakathila that Shakur Stevenson knocked down and shut out. 12-0. You know what I'm saying? Shut him out. So they're not going to put Raymond Muratalla in with a Shakur Stevenson and risk him losing before he ever even get a step-up fight. You know what I'm saying? Why would you put a potential, you know, fighter like Raymond Muratalla that you can build? What is he? He's Latino. You can build him up. When you still building him, he's still in the beginning stages of his career, right? And they trying to build him into a superstar. Why would you put him in there with Shakur Stevenson before he ever even get a step-up fight, and then he lose, and now all of the hype and buzz around him, that shit go away? Boxing don't work like that. These promoters and these managers, they don't move their fighters like that. So yeah, is that a fight that I would like to see? Yeah. If he ain't got nobody else to fight, I would love to see that fight. But I'm trying to tell y'all that's not a fight that they would put Raymond Muratalla in at this stage of his career. Yeah. See, that's not a fight. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's not a fight that they're gonna put him in. No matter what no matter what you say, that's not a fight that they're gonna put him in. Because now you put Raymond Mortala in that fight. He loses to Shakur Stevenson, which he is gonna do. I know y'all high on Raymond Mortala. You know what I'm saying? He's going to lose to Shakur Stevenson. And when that happens, then his stock goes down, and he lost before you even got a chance to build it. Bama Jeff, you don't know shit about boxing. According to you, everybody beat Shakur Stevenson, bro. You know what I'm saying? According to you, everybody beat Shakur Stevenson. You don't know shit about boxing, dog. You just don't. I've never heard you say anything that's even remotely makes me think that, okay, yeah, that was some real shit he said. Like that you can back that up with some substance. Joseph Jackson. It's not a good like to me, right? It's a cool fight. It's a solid fight. I would like to see that fight because when you look at the landscape of the top rank, he's not gonna fight Keyshawn Davis, right? But so when you look at the fighters on top rank, yeah, it's a good fight, Joseph Jackson. But when I'm trying to explain to you that he ain't gonna get no credit for beating Raymond Mortala. If he beat Raymond Mortala, people gonna say, well, Mortala was still green. He was a prospect. He was supposed to beat Raymond Mortala. And then for Raymond Mortala, it's gonna fuck it's gonna fuck his whole, it's gonna fuck everything up for him. You know what I'm saying? Now he's gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Because we're trying to build him like he's a monster, like he's potentially the fighter that's gonna be able to beat, all these top names like Gervonta Davis and move up and all. Now we can't even build him like that because he already lost to Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say that's a tough fight for Shakur Stevenson because you never seen Raymond Mortala in there with anybody that's anywhere even remotely close to the level of Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? We just saying that's a tough fight because he went in there and he beat a bunch of D-level opponents and looked good against them. Like, let me go and this is no not to Raymond Mortala because yeah, I think that he's a good fighter. But let's go down his resume. Jesus Sandoval, 0-13. Jorge Luis Lopez, 0-0. Javier Mirez, 6-8. Benjamin De Cuna, 0-3. Guillermo Lorenzo, 2-1. Nicholas Velasquez, 10-4. Jose Sin Torres, 13-11. Augusto Mares, 6-5. Arnolfo Bacara, 7-2. Cesar Valenzuela, 15-6. Jose Peroza, 15-4. Jose Gallegos, 20-10. Alias Damon Arrojo, 21-3. Jeremy Hill, 16-2. Jar Faltera, 16-1. Miguel Contreras, 12-1. Humberto Gilondo, 14-2. Now, we don't know none of them fucking fighters that I just named on Raymond Mortala resume. And y'all in here talking, and we got cats in here talking about that he gonna give us a smoke to Shakur Stevenson. Right? We only got 3 more fights on this whole resume for me to name off. Jeremiah Nakatila. He fought Jeremiah Nakatila, right? He stopped Jeremiah Nakatila. Shakur Stevenson dropped Jeremiah Nakatila in 12-0, right? Okay, that's the only fighter on Raymond Mortala's resume that we ever heard of. Then after that, he fought Diego Torres. We ain't heard of him. And then he got a fight coming up. Well, he got a fight coming up. March the 29th against Augustine Quintana. Right? This dude. You ever heard of him? That's who Raymond Mortala is fighting next. Right there. Now, I just named you this man's whole resume, and we had hating ass Bama Jeff coming here talking about Raymond Muatala smokes Shakur Stevenson. Man, y'all gotta stop with this shit, man. At least pretend like you know shit about boxing. Like it's either that or some of y'all just open up your mouth just to hate for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no substance behind shit that you say. Nothing. Don't have nothing to back up for you to come in here and say some dumb shit like Raymond Muatala beat Shakur Stevenson. And it's a good fight on paper, Joseph. It's a good fight on paper. But at the end of the day, if Shakur Stevenson go out there and smoke Raymond Muatala, which is highly possible, then what? Y'all gonna say Raymond Muatala, who had he ever beat? He's still a prospect. Shakur's supposed to beat him. And all of that shit is gone out the window because Raymond Muatala has a fight coming up once again on the 29th of March. Raymond Muatala is already in the fight. So give me another opponent on Top Rank for Shakur Stevenson. And the link is pinned in the chat. Once again, y'all, the link, ain't nobody came up here, right? But the link is pinned in the chat. It's right there in the chat. It's an open panel. You're free to come up here and cook. You see what I'm saying? So Raymond Muatala is off the table anyway because he got a fight coming up March the 29th. Joseph Jackson says running back with Edwin. Joseph Jackson, I could have just swore I explained to you why him running it back with Edwin De Los Santos in his last fight on the top rank contract is probably not even possible. I just explained that, bro. So why are we talking about running it back with Edwin De Los Santos when Shakur Stevenson made it clear that he definitely is going to run it back with Edwin De Los Santos? But is that a possibility right now on your last fight on the top rank contract? They're going to pay Edwin De Los Santos to fight on top rank, and then Al Heyman is going to have Edwin De Los Santos go back over the top rank? It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. What's happening with it, A1?
What's good with ETB? Now, I kind of stopped pulling up the panels, but I said this in the chat, so I figured I would pull up and say it on the live. I said, bro, I come to realize that it don't matter what fighter it is, who they fight against, they never going to get the credit they deserve on any win possible, bro. We can go down the line to look at it. It's not one fight or fighter where they done beat somebody and somebody ain't had a complaint against it, bro. Like, I know that's the most simple thing, but a lot of people kind of overlook that. Like, prime example of when Bud beat EJ, you know what I mean? He didn't get no credit. You know, like, it's like when I even hate to take it this far. When let's just say when Tyson Fury beat Wilder, he didn't get no credit. When Wilder beat King Kong Ortiz, didn't get no credit. It's like no matter who beat who, bro. Dev beat Loma, didn't get no credit. When goddamn T.O. beat Loma, didn't get no credit. Like nobody, no matter what, who they beat, ain't gonna never get credit, bro, because it's always gonna be somebody on the other side of the fence crying about something. So it's like a lot of these people, they either whether it be trolls or casuals, whatever the case may be, bro, it don't matter who it is, man. Shakur could go out there and knock out God. They gonna say some guy, you know what I'm saying, guy was having an off day, he was dealing with the devil. You know, it's something that's gonna come from it, bro. It's gonna be some crazy, wild, outlandish, made up shit. No matter who it is, what they do, it's never going to be enough. There ain't no fighter that you can look at any of these divisions and they'll say, I'm willing to accept that fight to happen. If Tank beats Shakur, they're going to say, huh?
But you got to admit, some fighters get way, way more hate and discredit than other fighters do.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a fact.
And Shakur, one of them, like he in the place to now, it's kind of like, unless he get a fight with a Tank Davis or Devin Haney, a Teofimo Lopez, somebody like that, or Lomachenko, somebody, they're not gonna give him credit for it. You feel me? Everybody else is gonna be like, oh well, he was supposed to do that. He was supposed to do that. And so he kind of in a hard spot right now. Hold on real quick, man. That's you in the background, I think. But no, that's me. Hold on. Okay. Now I see Stephen Hall says that Shakur having confidence problems or what's going on. One questionable performance should not result in all this. Why rematch? It's not. Of course, he not having no confidence problems. I mean, obviously, he's still trying to get all of these fighters to fight him. The problem is the same problem that Gary Russell had when he was running the 126-pound division, right? It's funny because, man, y'all see what be going. A lot of people, like everybody, see what be going on, but close their eyes to it if it's a fighter that they don't like for some reason, right? Shakur Stevenson is the WBC champion. Ain't none of these fighters stepping up to fight him. He's the like we're talking about a man that has the WBC championship belt and nobody wants to fight him. And we acting like that we haven't seen this before. We acting like we ain't seen this before. We saw this same shit take place with Gary Russell. Gary Russell had the WBC strap at 126 for like, I believe, 6 years. Was the longest reigning WBC champion. Gary Russell got that belt. All of a sudden, the WBC belt didn't exist no more at 126. Nobody wanted to fight him, right? Y'all seen it? Nobody wanted smoke with Gary Russell Jr. at 126. The whole time he was there, everybody ignored the WBC strap that's supposed to be the belt that everybody wants. Gary Russell get it? Nah, we good. The same shit is happening with Shakur. And so Gary Russell, ended up fighting once every year and a half. Defending that WBC strap because he couldn't get none of the big names to fight him because what they did is they used the other belts to call themselves champions. You got all these fucking belts in boxing, right? So now, oh, well, I don't got to fight for this belt. I'll just skip around him and fight the easier opponent for that belt and that belt and that belt. We're going to pretend like the WBC strap don't exist. That's the problem with all of these belts in boxing. And then a lot of y'all fickle-ass fans are fans of just certain, a particular fighter that you just latch on to, and then you hate other fighters. So now you don't respect fighters that's calling out all the smoke. Shakur, he calling out everybody at 135 and don't nobody want to fight him. But that's his fault. And then you got these fighters and these fans that's running with excuses. Oh, he gonna run. What was the excuse with Gary Russell? When y'all see the same shit that happened with Gary Russell for 6 years at 126, what was the excuse? Because the excuse with Shakur that y'all making is he gonna run. It's crazy. Like, say you not real without just flat out saying it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know motherfuckers like George Kambosos can't touch Shakur Stevenson. I just put out a video with Lomachenko's team telling you, yeah, basically Shakur Stevenson is too good. He's too tough of a fight for Lomachenko, to sum it up. Y'all go check out the video, and I got the audio with Lomachenko's team telling you why they didn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson.
Hey, and Key,
Yeah.
I watched that video and I made a comment on it, and somebody tried to come under the comment thinking I'm trying to downplay Dale. I'm like, bro, like clearly either you don't know who I am or don't know like how I feel about it, or you fishing for art. I ain't gonna go back and forth with you about that. Like I'm gonna say one other thing to you to put it as plain as I can be. And if you can't understand that, then that means you a dumbass. You looking for an argument. Go argue with a female. I'm not finna argue with your ass. But I literally said, like, bro, I ain't taking nothing away from Dev and his performance he put on and him beating Loma. And the only thing I said was that Shakur, I feel like how he fought, how Loma fought Dev. Like I think Shakur would pick that shit apart because I was like they both southpaws, right? But we know that
Yeah.
Shakur a little bit more defensively. He more defensively sound. He don't take a bigger risk like that. And again, that ain't taking it away from Dev. I just feel like Shakur will go in there, and as the way how he done seen firsthand now how Loma can deal with a slick or masterclass boxer, and he deal with somebody like a Tio who was in there, like, you know what I'm saying, countering and giving him everything he could take. Shakur gonna look at that and like, oh, I got the perfect blueprint for his ass, and I think he'll go in there and dominate the shit out of Loma. So I'm like, bro, how do you not understand what I'm saying to you? Like, I don't care about the outcome. I just want to see the best motherfuckers fighting the best motherfuckers. Like, I don't give a shit. They all knock each other out in the same goddamn fight. I don't care. I just want to see it. But I still feel like Shakur dog walked the shit out of Loma. Like, it wouldn't be close.
So this is the thing, right? As far as Lomachenko and his team, they said what they said in that audio because they've seen Shakur Stevenson and Lomachenko in the ring together before. And everybody that's seen that sparring when they was working with each other sparring, they said Shakur was dominating Lomachenko. And this was a young Shakur. This is Shakur when he was at 126. He said he was dominating Lomachenko. Now, Shakur wouldn't speak on the sparring because he said, like, that ain't what I do. But Money had a fighter that was actually in there when they sparred. And I've heard it from my partner that was there behind the scenes when they sparred. And yeah, he dominated Lomachenko when they were sparring. They worked together on several different occasions. But Derek Choice, you in here saying dumbass shit because you're a Devin Haney dick rider. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even talked about Devin Haney. And you in here talking about Devin and Shakur's a woulda, coulda, shoulda been. Stop spamming dumb shit in my chat, dog. For real. You know what I'm saying? It's too much of y'all dudes that just be hating for no reason, running around just, man, like a fucking making YouTube just a cesspool of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Can't talk about boxing straight up and down. It's just always some dumb shit that come out of your mouth.
Damn, no shit about boxing, Key.
At all, bro. At all. They just in love with a certain fighter, and they just, everything got to. But this don't have shit to do with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But don't none of these dudes want to fight him. They all jump on Twitter and have a lot of shit to say, but ain't none of them saying fight.
Jump to 40. Jump to 40 or jump to 47. I respect any one of those two things more than I would respect you leaving the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? That make me feel like you don't love the sport more than you love what come with it. You feel me? Like, I got a problem with that.
He talked about that on the interview. He said basically, he just gonna be right here and wait till they, until they put some respectable fight on the table. He says that everybody through 135, he realized that they got to go through him. If you want to be undisputed, you got to go through him. So he said he gonna be holding that strap down. They got it, and that's what it is. Everybody pretending like he's not the WBC champion, but like I said, OTB, boxing. Did they not do the same thing when Gary Russell had to strap at 126?
Facts. We definitely seen this play before.
We seen this play before, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people saying, oh, well, pay your opponent more. That ain't up to him, dog. It's not up to him to pay his opponent more. That's up to his promoter, Bob Arum.
And I won't say pay his opponent more. I'll say I've seen Boo Boo Andre walk away from a fight with Jermell Charlo, you understand, for whatever reason, over financial reasons. And my message for these younger fighters is bet on yourself. Because now, do you think he's kicking himself from turning down the 25% from Devin Haney?
No, because first of all, we made it clear on several occasions that he said it was never nothing in writing. Second of all, why would you fight Devin Haney taking 25% of what you made in your last fight? Devin Haney made $4 million in his last fight against Regis Prograis, and Shakur Stevenson made $4 million his last fight against Edwin De Los Santos. So somebody let me know what 25% of 4 million is.
It's $1 million. Shit, it don't take a rocket scientist. That's $1 million.
Why would you fight Devin Haney for 25% of 4 million? Why?
So you ain't locked out now. Now you locked out of the dance.
It's not a locked out.
Now you ain't got a dance partner.
OTB. Like, you saying some shit. I don't know how familiar you are with the whole timeline. Do you fucking actually really think that Devin Haney was going to fight him at 135?
Nah, hell nah. I know Dev wasn't about to fight him.
So what are we talking about? At the end of the day, this is all semantics. This is all just some Twitter shit. Devin wasn't going to fight him at 135 at all. Devin wasn't going to fight him, Tank, fucking goddamn, if it was motherfucking, Devin wasn't gonna fight at 135 at all no more. He said he wasn't. This man had told people a million different times, then contradicted himself a million different times, and told people he wasn't gonna fight at 135 because he couldn't make the weight. Showed people a note that he wrote to himself that after he fought Vasil Lomachenko, that he was going to move up to 140. Told people everybody wanted me to fight at 135 after I beat Lomachenko to see me lose, knowing I can't make the weight, knowing I was killing myself to make the weight. They wanted me to be unhealthy at 135 so I could lose. That's what he said out of his own fucking mouth. But we got people still running around pretending like that he was actually going to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135. Like, come on, man. The man said it himself. These are his words. Straight up and down.
Boy, I remember having this conversation with you a year ago about how the politics of boxing was getting bigger than the sport of boxing. And now it's actually keeping us from getting fights that we deserve to get as fans. This shit horrible, bro.
Yeah, it's horrible, but it's horrible, man, that a lot of fans are so fucking ignorant that a man will come and tell you a million different ways, I couldn't make 135 no more. He telling you basically I was just bluffing. All of that shit that Devin Haney did was for the media because Shakur was calling him out, and Devin and Bill, they didn't want to just move up to 140 right after that, because see what happened is Bill was going on everybody panel saying that Devin wouldn't move him from 135. That after he beat Lomachenko, they wasn't going nowhere. They was going to either fight Shakur or Tank. They wasn't going nowhere, right? And I'm telling y'all the absolute truth. Bill came on my panel and I put him to the test and I said, so you've been going around talking about that y'all not going nowhere. Hold your word to that. He said, I'm telling you right now, we're going to fight Shakur Stevenson or Tank next at 135. I said, okay. Now, at the same time, Devin was going around saying, at the same time, KQ, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to make sure.
I'm gonna drop my drawers on your ass.
Yeah, I ain't want no ding-a-lang swinger popping on the Hey, but so at the same time that Bill Haney was running around saying that Devin wasn't moving up, that he was staying at 135 to fight Shakur Stevenson and Tank, Devin was doing interviews and he was basically saying the opposite. Devin was saying, well, you know what? I don't know. I have to see how I feel making weight against Lomachenko. I got to see how I feel, once we get through this camp. That's what Devin was saying. Devin was saying that shit. But Bill was we ain't going nowhere. Bill Loudmouth ass was telling everybody that they were staying at 135 to defend the
January. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So Devin was just basically keeping it a buck. Like, man, I don't know. I gotta see how I feel. Now we know how Devin felt. It took him 2 times to make weight. He had to strip butt naked. He barely made the weight against Lomachenko, right? And afterwards, he said all of those things that he said in the interviews. People wanted to see me lose. They knew I couldn't make the weight no more. They just wanted to see me unhealthy. And then he said the thing that everybody should have fucking just had common sense. Once he said that he wasn't going to fight Gervonta Davis at 135, who is the money man. What the hell make y'all think that he was going to fight Shakur Stevenson unhealthy at 135? But y'all still running around talking about, man, he offered Shakur Stevenson, and then you heard Shakur Stevenson say no. It was never no real offer in writing. You heard Bob Arum, who would have had to put on the fight, who is the promoter. You heard Bob Arum say, it was never no real offer. It was all bullshit.
Bill is not a promoter.
Media bullshit.
Bill is not a promoter.
They never had any interest in fighting Shakur Stevenson. And he couldn't make the weight at 135 no more. Bob Arum told you that. But y'all still want to run around instead of just saying, you know what? We know Devin couldn't make the weight. Do y'all know how bad Devin would have got his fucking ass beat in there unhealthy against a Shakur Stevenson depleted? And y'all think that Devin Haney was willing to do that on the trajectory what he's doing now? He's trying to build himself into a superstar, but I'm going to take a fight against Shakur Stevenson at 135 and get my ass beat before. Y'all are retarded, for real. Like, anybody that says that shit is just retarded, and it's just stupid that y'all continue to run around saying some shit that you don't even believe in your own fucking brains. Like, I can understand if he's like, look, we sent Shakur Stevenson an offer to come to 140 pounds to fight us. Then you would have an argument. Well, they told Shakur that they told Shakur to go to 140 and fight him. But the man that told you a million different ways that he was killing himself and he was unhealthy and y'all just wanted to see him lose. No, we didn't want to see him lose at 135. Your own fucking fan base wanted you to lose at 135 because they're the ones that's going around believing the lies that you telling about a fucking 25% offer. Because he would have gotten, if that make-believe fairy tale shit was actually true, first of all, Devin wouldn't have moved up to a buck to 140 when Shakur Stevenson petitioned the mandatory. When Shakur Stevenson put in that petition for the mandatory spot. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, if that fairy tale shit that y'all talking about would have been true, it would have been a million excuses why Devin Haney got his ass beat by Shakur Stevenson. Everybody would have said that Devin Haney stayed at 135 too long. He was a shell of himself. He was only 50% of himself that Shakur was supposed to be. Y'all got to stop with this shit, man. Like, y'all Devin Haney fanatics, man. Y'all just like go overboard with this Haney shit when it's like it's crazy when y'all say shit that y'all know it's not true.
Yeah, thanks for the context, bro. I mean, you left no stones unturned, but
And
I ain't know all of the details
like
behind
all
that
of these,
shit.
like, bro, it's crazy because what this man told you this shit himself.
I missed the key. I missed out on.
Just cats in the building talking about Shakur Stevenson turned down 25% when he could have had a fight with Devin Haney at 135, and that's just that old, just dumb shit,
They still on that shit. They still on that. They just can't let it go, huh?
retarded shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
They
Kia, at least you ain't like me. I got called a Devin hater, and even when Dev fought Loma, I put money on him to knock out Loma, but I'm a Dev hater. I was like, bro, what the fuck? When have you ever heard me say anything
No,
bad about
it is
Dev? I'm
what it
like, man,
is.
that shit
They do
crazy.
that. They do that. Everybody, you say anything about Devin, anything about Devin. Devin defense is kind of shaky. No, you're a hater. You're a hater. Devin needs a
No,
haircut.
but
You're a hater. It doesn't matter what it is.
no, but big dog, the thing I got called a hater because I said I put money on him to knock out Loma. I was like, you a hater? I'm like, I'm confused.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you, whatever Bill says, Fanon said this the other day. Fanon said this. Whatever Devin does is right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Devin does whatever he does is right.
But you know what? That's gonna come back and hunt him. You know, you keep on spoiling a grown ass man. You know, he's gonna get himself in a situation that he can't get out of, and it won't be inside that boxing ring. You know, you got to face reality sometimes. Either you're good at some things, or some things you're just not good at. You know, if you can't sell a pay per view, you can't sell a pay per view. You know, it is what it is. You know,
And that
so
doesn't take away from his skill level. That's what trying to tell people. He's not a pay per view fighter, but it doesn't
right,
take away his skill level. It doesn't take out how good he is. It's just
right.
he can't. Yeah,
Well, if
I
you
think he's
ask
a pretty
me,
good fighter myself. I do. I think he's a pretty good fighter.
He's a
It's
hell of
just
a
that,
fighter.
yes,
He's a hell of a fighter,
yeah,
but
he's a great fighter. Yeah,
when we talk about this subject, it doesn't take away that he used the media in his favor. All I'm saying is that Devin Haney never in a million years was gonna fight Shakur Stevenson for no type of offer. He wasn't gonna get in the ring against Shakur Stevenson at 135. All he did is he used social media to his benefit because Bill put Devin in a position to where if Devin had just came out and said, you know what, I'm moving up to 140, I can't make the weight no more, he would have got called the duck because Bill was running around telling everybody that we stand at 135. We want all the smoke with Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. That's who we fight next. We fighting one of them next, right? If they had just been like, you know what, nah, we ain't fighting them next, we moving up to 140, they know how boxing media and how boxing fans do today, right? The people that don't like Devin would have been like, oh, he ducked Shakur. He ducked Gervonta Davis. The nigga, Bill said he was staying at the weight division. The nigga ran off and ducked, right? And at that point in time, Shakur Stevenson was on his helmet, right? His mandatory. And so what happened was, and I'm giving y'all the honest truth. So if you want to run around and act like buffoons and act like idiots just because you don't want to tell the truth, well, I'll tell the truth, right? So what happened was, is Devin and Bill, knowing that, they played the social media. That's all they did. And Shakur Stevenson played into it because he's prideful. So yeah, he gonna respond to shit. So what they did is they played the shit behind the scenes. Like, okay, we gonna pump fake, and we gonna pump fake, right? They never sent no written offer. We gonna have somebody call Shakur and let him know that, oh, okay, we got 25% if he want to fight. Then they went to social media like, we offered Shakur Stevenson 25%. Shakur pop off like, nah, nigga, that 25%, that's laughable. Offer me at least 30%. Y'all got to come at least a little better than that. And now they got him. Now they got Shakur Stevenson where they want him. Now here everybody. Oh, man, Devin won the fight. Shakur turned it down. Because they know a lot of these people on social media, they'll believe anything. If enough people run with the same narrative, it's all of a sudden true. It becomes the truth. It don't matter.
And Keon, they kept lying. Remember the highest payday he would have ever had, $10 million, $12 million. Man, they just kept on lying. Just kept piling up.
Yeah. So it was, and then like you said, big dog, lies after lies after lies after lies, and it just builds up. But see, the thing is when something is not the truth and it's a lie, you can't stick with the same story. Your story starts to change, right? That's why Devin started coming out and his story was changing. And then you had his promoter say, nah, Devin was talking to me the whole time and we was planning on him. He already had planned to move up to 140 the whole time. I had already told him I was going to give him a Regis fight. His own promoter.
ETB.
Hold on. His own promoter said that, right? Then you had Devin show you a note that he had wrote to himself that he was moving to 140 after he beat Vasyl Lomachenko. Then you had Devin tell you that he was too unhealthy at the weight. People just wanted to see him get beat. They knew he couldn't make the weight no more. And it just goes on and on and on. But you got people that still want to just make it seem like, oh, man, he would have fought Shakur if Shakur had took the 25%. Then you got Bob M, the promoter, that the 25% would have had to come from, tell you that, nah, they never sent. No, it was never nothing in writing. When we spoke to Bill Haney about fighting Shakur Stevenson, they never showed any interest in fighting Shakur Stevenson, right? It was more so they was telling us that they were gonna move, that they, it was more so move to 140, and we told them that we had a fight Teofimo Lopez on the table and whatnot. But they was already talking to Eddie Hearn and knew the move that they was gonna make. All that shit is a publicity stunt. It's playing social media. You know what I'm saying? It's playing social media because they know that the media and the fans are gonna run with this shit. But what it does is it keeps their name buzzing, right? And it keeps the narrative alive, whatever they want to run with. Now it flips to Shakur Stevenson ducked Devin Haney. He turned it in. Like, man, all this shit is it's kid shit, man. It's kid shit. Anybody with common sense can see what's going on. But a lot of people don't think okay, let me just be real about the situation. I know that Devin Haney is my favorite fighter. I know that Devin Haney don't duck no smoke. But I also know that, he couldn't make the weight no more. So, it is what it is. That shit is just all, social media shit. That's it, man. That's it. I'm not like most of us, like Big Dog Willie and A1 and everybody on panel. We ain't really never said, we don't come up here and tell you, oh, man, Devin ducked Shakur at 135. He ducked him. I think we can all agree that we know that he couldn't make the weight healthy no more. Right?
Right. Yeah. We already know.
Yeah, he said this shit himself, bro. Like, if you pay attention, you ain't even got to do that much paying attention. Like, the shit free to pay attention. But he literally said it himself out of his own mouth that we'll see. We'll see.
But
it depends on how I feel. Like, they're hinting at it, bro. Like, but people don't want to be logical about nothing. They want to have a narrative to run with. They want to. It's like, bro, being honest is easy. It's an easy way to put it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, man, and then what it does is it calls everybody to argue back and forth about shit that it shouldn't even be no argument. But it's sports, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's sports. It happens all the time. I mean, it happens all the time in sports, man. But it's just it just gets repetitive and old. Now I want to move on, right? And I'm like I said, it's an open panel, so I want to move. I don't want to talk about that old shit no more because
no, I want to hear what Joseph Jackson got to say because he was about to say something. Go ahead.
I don't want to argue with him, but go ahead.
I don't want to argue. I just want to say my one point, and then we can go move on. I just want to say the shit would have never started. Like we would have never knew about the contract if Shakur was like, "Oh, you knew I wasn't accepting that offer, little Brody, 25%." Like that's how we found out about the offer. Like,
Oh, never
nobody
mind.
said nothing.
Yeah,
That's how
okay,
we found out
okay.
about it.
But like I said, Joseph Jackson,
Well,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
I don't have a
Bill ran to
problem.
the social media talking about they sent it. Nah, Shakur said it. We would have never knew about it.
Okay, let me address that, right? I don't have no problem with you saying that, right? And I think that you are right, right? I'm gonna give that one to you because but you got to catch what I said. I said that Shakur Stevenson played right into what they wanted, right? Because Shakur is prideful, right? And so that conversation started. It started with, I forgot exactly how it started. I think Devin had said something to Shakur, right? Then Shakur responded back by saying, like, nah, Brody, 25%. Like, that's basically, you know I wasn't going to take that, right? And so that's how it started. So, yeah, they was like, okay, bam, we got you.
You got to up your media game. You can't fall into the trap like that, though.
Shakur fell into that trap. That's on Shakur.
That's his fault.
He should have.
But hold on. How is it his fault? Because Bill and Devin playing games.
Well, this is.
I don't know if they're playing games. I know.
No, they're playing games.
Heard about an offer. That's all.
Well, they're playing games.
Big dog. What I'm saying, big dog, is that right. But Shakur is young. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like me and you. And that's older, you know, some of us that's older, if we put in that situation, even some of these older fighters, we put in that, like you put Errol Spence in that situation and he knows some bullshit. He's not even going to respond. Like, right? He going to see, okay, I see what they doing. I'm not even finna respond to this old bullshit because I know they trying to play me into a trap for social media, right? And that's what Bill and Devin, like, they're experts at that. You can't beat them in the fucking social media game. But
you giving Big Dog too much credit, ETB. He gonna fall into that trap, bro. Big Dog gonna walk right into that motherfucker, arms wide open.
I ain't gonna fall into that. I ain't gonna fall for that.
How is it a trap?
No, it's being dishonest and then trying to blame him for doing some shit that he didn't do. That's what it is. You blame Shakur for
the offer, though. They didn't say
huh?
nothing.
Well, I mean, do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's wrong. Just ETB saying it's wrong. He playing the game with man.
That's how I feel.
Behind the scenes, when the Devin and Bill behind the scenes, they don't do anything behind the scenes.
They never say an offer about nothing until somebody else say something about.
No, that's a lie, Joseph Jackson.
No.
They don't speak numbers.
Man, they sit there and lie with the Matias shit. Say $4 million. We talking about that's not. Come on, man.
That's why I didn't even want to. That's why I want to move on.
I feel you.
Just beyond it, on it.
Hey, we got to understand that Joseph Jackson is a die-hard.
I know it, Eddie.
He knows.
That's my guy, though.
Joseph. I just understand.
I mess with y'all, man. Y'all know I mess with y'all.
No, Joseph, my guy, but I understand that Joseph is a Devin Haney fanatic that's never gonna say that Devin or Bill did anything wrong or they was on some bullshit.
But I told you I give Shakur credit for Raymond. If he fight Raymond, I feel like that's some dog stuff right there.
Bro, it's not gonna get credit for beating the Raymond Mortale.
That's a good fight, though.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. But like I explained to you, Joseph, they're not gonna put his team is not gonna put him in there with a Shakur Stevenson right now.
And they need to stop being scared of him. Just throw him in there.
You don't build a potential superstar by putting him in with Shakur Stevenson in their first step up fight. It just don't work like that in boxing, dog. They're not going to. Bob Arum ain't gonna let that happen. His team, his management team ain't gonna let that happen. They're not gonna let that happen. And especially, hold on. Especially Shakur Stevenson might leave top rank. Right. We're gonna put him in there to lose to Shakur Stevenson, another fighter that we trying to build as a superstar. Tell me what promoter works like that. Name one promoter that works like that.
Bob trying to keep everything in-house anyway.
And I'm okay with him keeping it in-house. But my question for y'all is, how likely and how realistic do y'all think it is that Shakur pull a AB and skip 40 and go to 47.
You're not gonna do that.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that. He
You
too
ain't gonna do
smart.
that.
He skipped
Yeah,
40.
hell no, he
He
ain't
too
doing that.
smart.
Shit,
His kid
Shakur
too smart.
big.
He can
Shakur
be
not gonna
big,
do
but
that.
he ain't gonna,
Shakur
yeah.
And all the fights are 140 anyway. All the good fights are 140. Why would he go all the way to 147?
skip and go to 140. Like that's that to me, ETB, that would be more stupid than trying to do something great, right? Like why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? All the big fights are at 140. Now, if you had to said if he just fuck it and move up to 140, if he could get a big fight, yeah, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Dead
Well, that
right
was
now,
my
though.
initial
That's the
response.
crazy
My
part.
initial response was he should just go to 140 rather than retire. But the more I'm thinking about it, there's no pure boxers besides Boots Ennis at 47. When I look at him and I look at Virgil Ortiz and I look at the prime fighters that's at 47, I really can't say that Shakur don't hold a chance against them given his skill level.
But bro, it's no
Ortiz
fight
has moved
at
up.
140. It's no fight at 140 that he can skip. I mean 147, bro. That's crazy. Like we
Yeah,
gotta
140
understand.
popping.
Hold on. Let's because you use AB as an example, right? AB skipped 140 and to 147 because he had cooked food up there in Pali Malignaggi that didn't present no type of threat. You know what I'm saying? Pali Malignaggi couldn't punch his way through a fucking wet paper bag. You feel me? So that's why he skipped 40, because you remember at 40 you had Lucas Matisse and guys like Danny Garcia and Terrence Crawford, and you had killers at 40 at that point in time. So that's why AB skipped 40 and went for a strap at 47, because you like, okay, man, this dude Pali Malignaggi got his strap and he cooked food. It's nobody like that for Shakur Stevenson to skip 140 to go to 47 right now. Ain't nobody like that. It ain't no cooked food that he can go to 147 and fight. Like, who you gonna go up there and fight? Boots? You feel me? Like, who you gonna put up?
He can go up there and fight.
Hey, ETB, I think the closest one probably be Barrios is the only one that you can call quote unquote cook food at 47 if he was interested.
He's not a champion.
No, I'm saying just to go up there and get used acclimated to the weight if he wanted to get like a quick fight to see how he felt. But I don't even think it's like, I don't even want to entertain the what if, because we know that's not gonna happen with him.
Bro, Shakur is not big like that. Shakur is not even big for one. He's not even big enough for like he gonna fight at 140 for sure. But Shakur says he makes 135 so fucking easy. Like I believe he made his and salute to Knockout in the building with the super chat. What it do? Knockout? It's an open panel too, Knockout, if you want to come and cook. But Shakur, he talked about how he believes that he's small for 135 because he make the weight so easy. I believe his last fight, he weighed in at, what was it, like 133? I think he weighed in at like 133 his last fight. So, I mean, he's not struggling making weight at 135 at all. And then when you talk about 130, Shakur said he can go back to 130 and fight it if it was a big fight. So if he needed to, he says that the reason he missed weight at 130 is because he was doing, basically he said he was undisciplined in that training camp. There was a lot of shit going on. You know,
Shakur 5'9". He need to get his ass from 30 and 30. Man, shit crazy.
I believe he's not 5'9". Devin Haney 5'9".
Yeah, Dev 5'9".
Yeah, Kill like 5'7", 5'8", ain't he? But hey, ETB, we already reached the light skinned nigga quota on the panel. Hey, Knockout can't come up, bro.
Hey, I ain't light skinned though, so I mean,
I ain't coming from a light skinned nigga.
But I'm not. I'm like in
turn on each other so fast. Hey,
I'm in the middle, man. I'm in the middle. I'm like, Omega Red. That's a light skin. That Omega Red, a light skinned ass nigga.
He king of the light skinned brothers, Omega Red.
Hell no, he king of transparency. I'm the king of the light skin. I don't know what Omega is. That boy transparent, man.
Omega Red, big head ass. That nigga light skinned. But see, Omega one of them throwback ass niggas. I didn't see Omega unscrew a motherfucking tractor trailer boat with his bare hands. Hold on. Hey, knockout back in the super chat. Knockout say, me and Miss KO about to hit the town, bro, or I would. She taking forever to get ready, so I'm listening. I'm waiting on her. You know what, man? I feel you, man. We might have to get out tonight, man. It ain't really. We might have to get out tonight.
Knockout sit on the couch and just swinging his legs, waiting on his wife to get ready.
Hey, that boy he got a death wish, man. You putting it out there for the whole world to know Miss KO take forever to get ready. Ooh, boy, you brave, man.
All women take, man. All women take forever.
I ain't lying, boy.
All women take.
I don't even wait. I just leave ETB. I don't know. My wife, I told her last time, I was like, look, hey, I left the keys for the other car. I'll meet you there. She was mad as hell. I said, bro.
Hey, and then they want to change their damn outfit 4 or 5 times. I'm like, why you take off what the hell you just had on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then they ask you, Keith. They ask you, you want me to wear the red one or the blue one? You say the red one. They going to put on the blue one, man.
Yeah, man. I'm like, man, for real. My man, Word Man, he said, shout out to ETB, KQKC. Y'all, my gods. And appreciate you coming, man. Showing love.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's get off. Knockout said, yo, woman ain't fly if she don't take a long time to get ready. I can feel that.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, gotta say that.
You don't want to just, you know what I'm saying, throwing her shit back in the bun and going just looking any type.
Man,
so
leave them ponytails at the door.
But that's just still annoying as shit, though. I ain't gonna.
Oh man, hey man. So let's change the subject, right? Let's change the subject. Cause we gonna get back to Devin on another subject, but let's talk about this Tank. Let's talk about Tank, man. Prince. The Prince came out. We all know Tank told the Prince, if you want to basically even start talking to me, you got to send me, what did he say, 2 Ferraris to my doorstep?
2 Ferraris.
2 Ferraris
to my doorstep. Well, the Prince responded back to Tank. The Prince responded back to Tank today. And he basically told him, I'm not sending you shit but 2 gloves to your doorstep. That's what I'll send you. Now, that shit was funny to me, but man, I want to get everybody take on what the Prince had to say. I'm calling him the Prince. He might be a king. I don't know what the hell, but
you call him Prince something, right? No,
yeah,
I don't know. I ain't calling him your Essence. I ain't calling that whatever it is.
Just call him Sheik. He the Sheik.
Y'all tripping. Hey, dude from over there. It was funny as hell when he made that comment. That's what he getting from me.
The rich Arab. Yeah, he's the rich Arab.
Hey,
dude from over there.
I'm gonna go around and then Tank responded back like, shit, when did I ever need you? Like, so Tank. So he told Tank, I ain't sending you shit but 2 gloves to your doorstep, basically. You know what I'm saying? Basically, to sum it up, that's basically what he told him. And then Tank responded back by saying, like, shit, okay, but when did I ever need you? So I'm gonna go around the panel, man. I want to get everybody don't take too long, because you know, so we can get around the panel. So I'm gonna go to A1, and then I'm gonna go to my man OTB, then I'm gonna go to Big Dog Willie, Joseph, and KQ. Well, let me see what order y'all came in. So I'm gonna go to A1, my man OTB, then KQ, then Joseph, then Big Dog. So yeah.
I think it's funny, bro. Like, and also at the same time, on top of it being entertaining, which a lot of it is needed right now, I think it could be also potential promotion just between, you know, obviously, I don't think Devin Haney need no more promoting as it is. We all know their names, you know, everybody calling, screaming for it and everything of that nature. But I think it's just kind of adding on to it from a global perspective, like having him involved. People could look at it and say, who the hell is he talking about sending gloves to? Like, just a peak of interest, you know what I'm saying, at that type of level. So I think some of it is promotion, you know, it's entertainment. And obviously we know that they're willing to try and offer up something to get that fight to happen over there. But at the same time, I can look at it and say it's good for boxing because it's still bringing light from everywhere onto it just by him going back and forth. Like, if let's say he is a prince or a king, whatever the case may be, like, who the hell, what person do you know as a perfect?
Turn your mic off in the background if you ain't talking. Oh, that's you. Shit, go ahead.
Yeah, no, my daughter come trying to like bang her and my son running through the house going crazy. So I try to dip off to a room and hide real quick. But yeah, like for me, I think it's good for entertainment of boxing because it's bringing different eyes to it. Like what professional athlete going back and forth for the person that's like a prince or a king of a whole different country. Like that's wild within itself to think about it that way. But that's just my little take on it. I'll be quick because I gotta get to these egghead kids real quick.
For sure. OTB, man, what's your take on just what the Prince had to say and what Tank response was?
First of all, man, I gotta respect the Prince. It made me respect the Prince. Made me respect what he trying to bring to the sport of boxing. Shit, he told him I ain't gonna send nothing but 2 gloves. And it told me that Tank don't want this fight under no circumstances, which I already knew. So even if he would have told him, he would have gave him the 2 Ferraris. Then it would have been, I need 2 Ferraris and a Maybach and a woman when I get over there. Like, it would have been a whole bunch of extra shit with Tank. So I don't think that Tank even want that fight. And that was just more evidence to me.
Okay. So you feel that you feel that Tank don't want to fight Devin?
Yeah, he went from 2 Ferraris. First, he went from 20 million ain't enough. You got to send me 2 Ferraris. Then he talking about some, I don't need you anyway. Why don't he need him? Because I ain't never planned on having this fight. Shit, Leonard been told us, they all been told us. Tank ain't fighting no A-class fighters, man. I'm telling y'all.
Okay, the most hated, I see you in the background. You got to turn your camera on real quick so I can see. You're going to have to turn your camera on before I let, real quick in the background before I can let you up here. But let me see. Okay, I see. But you good. Okay, now let's move along. So OTB say that Tank don't want the smoke. He said Tank don't want it no matter what. Let me see what KQ got to say. KQ, what's your take on that whole, back and forth that they had in?
Well, first of all, this Prince, I call him Jive Turkey. All right, he's just over entertainment and sports entertainment over there. That's all. He's no king or nothing like that. Number 2, I was on the Rise podcast last night. Tank is a 135 pounder. Devin is a 140 pounder plus. Why we keep talking about that fight? That's not going to happen. Coach Alex Purse say that last night. Go back, it's up. Why we keep talking about Devin getting fighting Tank, and Tank is that 135? Why I'm trying to make him uncomfortable? Why I'm trying to make him do something that that you can get an advantage over? All right, or a payday. Cause Bill Haney say, what color you want them Ferraris in? Cause he'll send them over there. Cause he want that payday. So why don't we talk about what Tank and who he can fight at 135? How about that? And what about Devin go up there and fight Teal or someone at 140? How about that? I think that make more sense than a fight that ain't gonna never happen. It ain't that he's scared. It's just that he's a small 135 pounder, like they said. He fighting 130 right now if he wanted to. But why we keep talking about him? I'm just trying to find that out.
So what was his purpose of moving up, getting out?
Weight classes are there for a reason. And we all got to understand that, except for Terrence Crawford. He at the end of his game. And of course, he want a big paycheck. Of course, he want a big paycheck. That's all. So, no, but weight classes are there for a reason, man. Sometimes, you might want to tip up on one weight class and go back down, like Floyd did at 154. When he went up from 147 fight Cotto and went up to 154, he tipped right back down. So, now, I know you're going to bring that Barrio in like they did last night. Well, Barrio, of course, Tank went up there and said, man, look, I don't like that 140. No, I can't. I don't like that because he can't move. He can't move like he wants to. He can't jab like he wants to. So he stayed at 135, and that's where he's staying. And that's it. That's his coach. That's his coach, and that's him. So that's what I'm saying. Why we keep doing that? Why we keep trying to push this fight unless Devin using it for clout? Because Tank ain't saying nothing. Or well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say Devin because we got other people saying something too.
Okay, okay. Let me. Okay, this is gonna be good because you got the right person coming behind you. Hey, okay, so Joseph Jackson, turn your mic up a little bit because it was kind of hard to hear you. I can hear you, but you was kind of low.
Hello? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You heard what KQ said.
Man, man, I knew the nigga didn't want the fight since the 9th when that nigga said you got to get snack out of boxing. That nigga ain't want the fight since he give Regis noodle legs and shit like that. So, like, the nigga don't want the fight. So, like, we just see he don't want it. Y'all talking about he too small and shit like that. But, like, last year and before the 9th, y'all wasn't talking about Tank too small. Y'all talking about Tank knock out everybody from 140 down. Like, now, he too little to go up there. I thought he was this apex predator. Now the nigga just, he too small. He really a 126 pounder. But that's all I got to say, man. I guess the nigga too little, man. I'm going to leave the nigga alone.
You trying to say that Tank is ducking?
That's what it looked like.
Yes, that's what exactly it is, though, Keon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you.
Hold on, Ben. Hold on. Is you done, Joseph Jackson?
I'm done.
The best dad ever. What's happening? I see you in the building. Hey, I know best dad wants some smoke with y'all niggas. You know the best dad. The link is right there. It's pinned up. You welcome on. The most hated Ben. What's your take on it, man?
You know, shout out Keon. Thank you again for allowing yours truly being Israel up here on the platform. You know, shout out to the OG. This is what we do. The singing OG. This is what we do. But your boy, but Tank Capping though, straight out of South Baltimore. Straight out of South Baltimore, KQ. Singing OG, my homeboy Capping right now, man. And you know, ain't no smoke because I love what how he moving though, Keon. I'm fucking with this shit. Tank moving like sus, bro. And I love what Leonard Elderby, Floyd Mayweather, and Al Heyman, I love what they did for his career and what they're doing to his career. But as far as legacy, Devin is that fight though, bro. And how he moving, Devin don't have to go down no more. Devin done fought all the dudes that picked on him, that accused him, that did anything, Keon. And why should it? Who is all these other fighters deserve a fight with Tank? And when you gonna say the same dude and this one,
Devin had his chance in 135 to fight Tank. He didn't fight him, did he? No, he
didn't. No. Well, how about this though, KQ? How about this? Tank had his chance, Devin had his chance, but that's over with. Devin at 140. Tank can come up here. Tank done did it before. Y'all keep Tank in protected custody. Tank is a heavy hitter. He out here sparring, knocking out cruiserweight. That's what they saying. That's what Calvin Ford Kenny said. Oh, he putting in work. Keep that same energy, KQ. This all I'm saying. Don't be sitting out here, knock his ass out. Go out there and knock Devin the fuck out, my G. Don't be sitting up here because how Bill Haney moving. Okay, I'm going to make your son pay for it. This is what Tank supposed to be doing. Well, I thought that's how he supposed to be moving. But, you know, they said they got Manny Pacquiao, Keon. But, you know, I'm going to let it be. You know, I thank you again for allowing the most hated up here. I'm going to tone it down.
Now, let me cook on this a little bit, man. So, I thought it was funny with you know, Turki Ali said. I thought that shit was funny. Like, I ain't seen you no damn 2 Ferraris. I'll send you 2 boxing gloves for you get your ass in the ring and fight. Hold on. So I thought that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at that because I didn't expect the response to be that. I actually thought that he was gonna respond by saying, okay, where do you want me to send the 2 Ferraris at? Where do you want me to send them at? That's what more so the response I actually thought I was gonna get. But I did. Hold on, Ben. I'll let you cook. So that's the response that I thought I was gonna get. You know what I'm talking about? But I think that he felt some type of way that Tank came at it. You know what I'm saying? I think he felt some type of way, like, you know, hey man, this motherfucker disrespected me, like telling me what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You telling me what I need to do to be able to talk to you. Well, so and then what Tank said was like, okay, well, I didn't need you anyway. Like basically, Tank was saying, nigga, you was asking for me. You asked to talk to me. I wasn't calling for y'all. You know, so I mean, you know, both of them had valid responses because the Sheik let everybody know Tank or no other fighter is gonna punk me and tell me what to do. And then Tank was like, okay, well, I don't need you anyway. Now, as far as let me read this super chat real quick and I'll finish. A1 Who's On says, bruh, is that Ben Israel? He came back from YouTube graveyard, from the YouTube grave. He says, man, there was APB out on him for a minute. Glad to see him back. Oh, yeah, for sure. Glad to see he back. Yeah, for sure, A1.
Facts, man.
Yeah, A1 sending super chat in on the panel, in the background with the kids. A1 multitasking like a mug, for real.
Shout out to A1 for always doing his due diligence, you know.
Now, so I thought both of them, you know, it was like a little funny back and forth, you know, especially what, you know, Turki Alalshikh said. But Tank was like, yeah, I got all this bread and I don't need you. Y'all call me. Now, as far as the situation with Tank and Devin Haney fighting each other, you know, I kind of spoke on it a little bit yesterday. And I just think it's like, man, we see what Gervonta Davis career, what he's trying to do with his career, right? What his team is doing with his career. It's kind of like I've accepted the fact right now that they after the biggest possible bag, right? They after the biggest possible bag that they can get. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Tank is an attraction. Leonard Ellaby says it all the time. I don't think they really worried about fighting Devin Haney's and Shakur Stevenson's and all of that, right? They found out that they have a fighter on their hand to where they can get the biggest bag in boxing, right? And they looking for the next opponent where they can get the biggest bag. They like right now, they're not in the business of putting Gervonta Davis in a fight to where it's a knockdown, drag out, or it's a 50-50 type of fight. That's just how I feel about it. They're not putting him in those type of fights right now because they have another plan. So I don't really think he's too worried about fighting no Devin Haney or nobody else, you know? So my take on it is all these fighters, Devin Haney, Shakur, whoever fighter it may be, right? Stop worrying about what Tank is doing or what he ain't doing, and y'all start focusing on each other. You feel me? Because they have a whole different, they have a whole different plan. And what they doing and what they want for Tank is working perfect. It's working. It's working for them. Nobody else in boxing right now, besides Canelo Alvarez, has the luxury to be able to do that. And they realize that.
Dumb fact.
And so they're gonna play. They gonna play it too. They can't play it no more. That's what they on right now. So they're not interested in fighting no Devin or none of these other dudes that we look at and we like, oh man, that's a hell of a fight. That could be a 50-50 type of fight. That's not the path that they're gonna take in their career right now. That's not the path that they're trying to take, and I see it. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, we hear he might fight Manny Pacquiao. We hear he might fight, you know, we don't know, right? We don't know. But I think a Manny Pacquiao fight would be a hell of a fight for Gervonta Davis for what they trying to accomplish, right? It's not like Manny Pacquiao is going to present a threat to him, but that's a huge name. And that could take Gervonta Davis's name to the next level. You get in there and fight that's a huge fight with Manny Pacquiao. Don't matter if Manny Pacquiao been out to sport for 5-6 years or however long he been out. And he's 45, 46 years old. That's a huge fight. So that's the type of events that they looking to put on for Gervonta Davis. So yeah, the rest of these dudes, they need to leave him alone. Let him do what they're going to do. Let Gervonta and his team Do what they're gonna do. Stop worrying about him and get together and fight each other and see if one of y'all can build y'all name to that status. That's how I feel about the situation, you know. See if one of y'all can build y'all name to that status, you know. But right now, man, I'm just not. I'm just not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. I'm not finna go back and forth about who Tank gonna fight and who he ain't gonna fight. Is, you know, they gonna do what the fuck they want to do. Ain't nothing we can change about it. And as far as if he don't want to go up to 140, that's, I mean, what can we do? What can we do?
You know, we could do a lot. We could do a lot, Keon. You know,
hold on. You know, so as far as the 140 shit, I already told y'all how I felt about that. You know what I'm saying? Devin is not in the position to tell Tank that he got to fight him at 140 with no rehydration clause, right? If both of them, like, see, right now one of them is showing that they really want to fight.
Period.
Devin ain't showing that he really want to fight Gervonta Davis, and Tank ain't showing that he really want to fight.
now that's cap. Keon.
Let me talk.
That's real shit.
Let me talk, Ben. Stop cutting in. Because ain't nobody cut you off when you was talking. I'll let you cook, right? So now one of them is showing that they willing to do any and everything to fight each other. That's just the fucking bottom line. Because if Devin was willing to fight, if Devin was doing everything that he had to do to fight Tank, Devin would have been like, look, I know Gervonta Davis is a 140-pound fighter. So this is what I'm willing to fight him at a catch weight if he come up to 140, right? I'm willing to fight him at a catch weight if he comes to 140 pounds. So let's make it happen. Devin didn't do that. Devin said, I'm not taking no catch. He got to come to 140 to fight me, and it ain't going to be no catch weights. I mean, not a catch weight. I'm sorry. Rehydration clause. So scratch everything that I said, right? I'm willing, if Gervonta Davis wants to fight me, and because I want to fight him, and he willing to come to 140, well, I'm willing to do a rehydration clause at 140 pounds so we can make it happen. If Devin really wanted to fight, that's how he would have came at the situation. But he came at the situation opposite. No, it ain't going to be no rehydration clauses and we fighting at 140. So if I'm Tank, it's like, nigga, you're not telling me what the fuck to do. It ain't going to be no fight. Because really, if we talking about money, I don't need you. I can go fight a motherfucking Ryu. I don't have to take no risk, and I can make as much money fighting you or more, you know, depending on, you know, what it is. Because I ain't got to pay him shit. We pay that motherfucker $750,000 and take all the rest of the money, right? Because I'm Gervonta Davis, right? Now, if Tank really wanted to fight Devin Haney, and he was like, man, I really want to fight Devin Haney, then Tank, he would have came at the situation like, look, man, I'm going to entertain the offer, but we're going to have to negotiate a catch weight or a rehydration clause if I move up to 140. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be. But Tank ain't interested in it because he's nonchalant about the shit. He's laughing when they talking about, okay, well, we got an offer for you, or we trying to sit at the table, and he like, shit, y'all know who to talk to. Matter of fact, y'all don't even know how to get in touch with Al Heyman. Ha ha ha. So it's kind of both like, man, ain't now one of them at the point that Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia was at. See, we knew that Tank and Ryan Garcia, they both really wanted to fight each other. Ain't now one of them at the point that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spencer's at, where they got on the phone was like, man, fuck all the managers and the promoters. Let's talk to each other on the phone and let's get some straightening. Let's figure out what we gonna do. If the weight is an issue, we gonna come to agreement with that, because we understand that in order to make the fight happen, we both have to give a little bit. You gonna have to give a little bit. I'm gonna have to give a little bit, right? And so, yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. Ain't neither one of them really to the point to where they like, okay, yeah, I really want this fight. But see, with Devin Haney, will he take a Gervonta Davis fight if Tank is willing to come up to 140 pounds with no rehydration clause? Absolutely he would. But then you're not the A side and you're not going to get everything in your fucking favor. It ain't going to work like that. You know what I'm saying? So Tank got a right to say, you know what? I'm a 135-pound fighter. So, but like I said, man, it just all comes down to ain't now one of these fighters at the point to where they like, we need to make this shit happen. Like, ain't nobody else I want to fight, and it ain't nobody else you want to fight. Let's sit down. Let's make it happen. You know, neither one of them is on that type of time right now. And you know, Devin and Bill, they're gaining a whole bunch of publicity off of Tank Davis's name.
Facts.
And you know what I'm saying? And so they're gonna continue to use his name because that shit is publicity. But you can't make me think that you really, really want to fight the man if you talking out your fucking mouth saying what weight he gonna fight at and what rehydration clause you ain't gonna take. Well, it ain't gonna be a fucking fight, straight up and down.
But Keon, let me address at least a part of it though, my G. Please though, bro, because you know, I thank you again for allowing the most hated on here. But bro, we got to really just, what are these fighters fighting for though, my G? You can't sit here and say, I want to go to Turki Alalshikh, you know, Sir Excellency, His Excellency. You know, I want to start where you started from, and I want to get back, or I want to start right here and go back to Turkey. But I want to start from Turki Alalshikh first, and I'm gonna come all the way back because you addressed.
We got other people on the panel though, because I let you cook, and we got somebody else that hopped on.
But so you know, I'm gonna pass it, and I cook it with you for the end, because you, bro, you tap dancing though, and I'm gonna pass the mic just for now.
No shit.
Man, because how you gonna say Devin don't want to fight when you got this dude that been out here ready to negotiate,
Make it. Answer this question for me, Ben. Answer this question for me, Ben. What weight division does Gervonta Davis fight
at 135 right now? I don't know. Right now, hold up. I can't even answer that right now.
What weight division does Tank fight at?
I can't answer it right now. Okay, I don't know. Can nobody be accurate?
135.
You know, I would say 135. Keon, I would say
answer?
135, right? But Keon, he done held titles at 140, 135, and 130.
What weight division does Gervonta? He fights at 135. Devin Haney fights at one. Hold on. Let's stop with the bullshit, man.
It ain't no bullshit. You got to be with facts, though.
He fights at 135, and Devin Haney fight at 140.
He just moved up. Devin Haney had one fight. Keon, one fight at one.
I'm not gonna speak, bro. I'm putting you on mute until you cut out the bullshit, dog. I'm not finna try to talk over you because you on some bullshit right now. Now, like I said, everybody knows in the building that Gervonta Davis is a 135-pound fighter. Gervonta Davis, the one time that he did go to 140 and he fought Mario Barrios, there was a rehydration clause involved. Also, when he even put a rehydration clause on motherfucking Ryan Garcia and fought him at 136. So you know that Devin Haney is not the A side. So how the fuck is Devin Haney gonna say, okay, well, you're gonna fight me at 140 and you're gonna do something that you ain't never done. You not gonna put a rehydration clause on me. So my whole point is neither one of them want to fight bad enough right now. If Devin wanted to fight bad enough, Devin would say, okay, we got to sit down and we got to figure out the way. I'll give some and you got to give some. Simple as that.
You know, I view your point, Keon, but you got to be being a rational, a fan of the sport. You got to at least hear my view. I hear yours. I understand Tank is the super duper quadruple ASOP. When I be on people platforms and I say that shit, I mean that wholeheartedly. I don't mean that being sarcastic. Cause you know why? My homeboy did 1.2, Keon. He did a number that Canelo ain't did in 5 fucking years, bro. Canelo ain't did a million pay-per-view since what? Him and Golovkin, the first one or the second one? Which one? And he ain't did now. Tank, when he say he's the face of Buck, but we not talking. Give me a minute outside, just 1 second, because I want to address.
We gotta pass it to.
I'm gonna pass it because you ain't ready for it, Keon. I'm gonna pass it. I'm going on mute.
I'm not ready for what, bro? I mean, you're not making nothing.
It's a lot because you covered a lot, and I'm gonna address. And I'm
let me pass it to let me pass it to D Block. What's your take on it?
Hey, what's up, my people? It's inevitable. It's D Block, D Town, D City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Facts. What's up, my brother? You good? Thank you so much for letting me in the show. I got nothing but respect for everybody here and the panel. And, you know, at the end of the day, we gotta say like this. I love the poster you got back there. Who's that? Mike Tyson?
Yeah, that's Mike
Yes,
Tyson and
sir.
Holyfield.
Do you respect Mike Tyson and Holyfield?
Of course. Of course.
Of course. What did they? What got you into boxing? What was it that got you into boxing? The question.
Originally is when I was a kid, I watched Evander Holyfield versus the white Muhammad Ali, and I was hooked ever since then. And then got into boxing myself as a kid, and from then on. So yeah. But the fight that really got me in boxing, the first fight I could really remember is Evander Holyfield and the white Muhammad Ali in like '85.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from Dallas, Texas, Oak Cliff all day. We represent Dumb Block, D Block. That's my stance on that.
For sure.
And in the reels, I got nothing but respect for everybody's opinion. But at the end of the day, we gotta stand for boxing. We come from a day when we saw all the glorious fights. We could say Mike Tyson, for me, was Mike Tyson and Douglas. My daddy brought me up and told me all these myth legends from Mike Tyson. He's the greatest heavyweight since Muhammad Ali. And I built with that. I grew with that. And when I saw him get beat up by Douglas, it just didn't feel right. But at the end of the day, he gave him a challenge. And then he lost. He gave him a challenge, no matter what you say. He was supposed to fight Holyfield. It didn't happen. We know what happened after that. And then Douglas fought Holyfield. It was a who is the best? What do we want to see as fans? What do we want to see as people in boxing to grow? It made them all legendary even till today. Mike Tyson went through his own aspect of life. Douglas went through whatever he had to go through. Holyfield went what he had to go through. But we know them for what they are today. That's why when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fought, it was 1 million pay-per-view buys. Because we remember the glory days. We remember what they brought us and what they brought us for boxing. And that's why when I see that image behind you, you say you got Mike Tyson and Holyfield. That was a real threat. That was a real fight. Even if people today say that Mike Tyson picked Holyfield because he was not the best version of Holyfield. How can we say that Tank Wahid Davis is the best or the face of boxing at age 30? I'm going to give him a year up. At age 30. Hasn't proven himself. He's proven himself for you that he's the face of boxing. Because he brings revenue.
He not the. I mean,
yeah. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Like you ain't never heard me say he was the face of boxing. Like to me, that face of like to me, that I understand exactly what you're saying, dog. Right? Yes. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, but you got to understand, boxing today will never be like boxing was back then. Because when you talk about boxing today, you only gotta you probably can count the amount of fighters on both of your hands that really have a throwback mentality, that's willing to fight any and everybody to prove you say you the best, and I say I'm the best. Let's get it on. These
So-
fighters don't think like that no more. You know
So,
what I'm talking about?
no,
Now
They're
it's
not
how fast-
fighters.
Now it's about how fast can I get to a bag.
hold
Now
on.
when I got to the bag and I'm on top, how can I stay on top so I can continue getting these big bags, right?
Yeah.
Boxing ain't even ran like it used to be ran back in the day.
So,
These
so
fans, boxing fans, right, were actually real fans of boxing
Yeah.
that wanted to see the best fight the best back then. These fans, most of them don't know shit about boxing nowadays. They fucking clowns that get on social media and type and type and troll all day, bring a whole bunch of negativity. So we're talking about a whole different. We talking about damn near a different sport.
Well-
This ain't the same sport that you grew up watching.
yeah. Well, I can say
Right.
I can say it like this, my brother. And I appreciate you what you came with facts. Facts with your own pedigree of saying that you don't see Tank Davis as the face of boxing. So I got that. I'm glad that you
I don't know
put
who is the face. What is the face of boxing? Like I don't.
Yeah.
That's like that. That's a. I don't like. I don't
That's like
really
pound
use
for
that
pound.
word.
Shit.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
the
yeah.
face of boxing,
well,
the face
well,
of boxing, you bringing the most cash, basically.
I guess. Yeah. Like if we talking about the face, if we like, I don't even like that word. Right. I don't like that word, like the face of boxing, because that means that everybody is focused on this. When you talk about boxing, this one fighter comes up in your mind. I don't think, like, we don't even got, if you really want to keep it a buck, right? We don't got a face of boxing right now because we don't have a Floyd Mayweather in boxing right now. We don't have a
Well,
Mike Tyson in boxing.
We don't
right
even have a real
Well-
champion.
well, you can look at it like this.
We got
No
a cash
weight class.
cow,
Like-
though.
like
We
when
got
you-
a cash cow, though.
I'll give it to you like
when
this.
you was growing up, right?
Okay.
When you was growing up,
Yeah.
And when you was growing up, right, you had fighters that were household names.
Okay.
You had the Sugar Ray Leonards, you had the Mike Tysons,
Mhm.
you had, and then you had you had the Floyd Mayweather, right? You had the fighters that were on, you know what I'm saying, Jay Leno and these late night talk shows, and you had the fighters that your grandmama knew who they were. If you said Mike Tyson, my grandmama knew who Mike Tyson was back then. My grandmama knew who a Sugar Ray Leonard was. You know what I'm saying? My mama, they all knew who Floyd Mayweather was. You had those names in boxing. My grandmama don't know who no fucking Gervonta Davis or Canelo Alvarez is, and Canelo might be the closest name. But if I go, well, my and rest in peace. All my grandparents are dead, but y'all get what I'm saying. I can't go to my mom right now. I can't pick up the phone and call my mom and say, "Mama, Tank Davis is fighting next week." She gonna be like, "Who? What the hell is you talking about? I don't know who the fuck Tank Davis is."
Can I say something that was hard?
So yes, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna keep it like this, and I gotta keep it real. So when we know who the face of boxing is, we knew that Mike Tyson at a certain aspect was the face of boxing. We knew Lennox Lewis at the end of the day, eventually with Roy Jones Jr. was a mixture. Roy Jones Jr. and Oscar De La Hoya, they were there. They were the face of boxing, and we knew that it got the baton was left for Oscar De La Hoya. And then when he fought Floyd Mayweather, we know that Floyd Mayweather was the face of boxing. And there was a mixture of Manny Pacquiao coming at the same time. When Floyd Mayweather retired. We know this because everybody wanted to see the fight. Who was the best? And then after that, not before that, we knew that a Canelo Alvarez came up and he fought Floyd at a young age. You got to give respect to Floyd. He did his thing. A masterpiece, by the way. And then Canelo just grew under that with pay-per-view events, little by little. And then Mayweather and Pacquiao, they gave their last hurrah. They gave each other the face of boxing. Who was going to be it at the end of the day? And that was it. It was over. The baton had to give it to somebody, and that was Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, ever since he fought Floyd Mayweather, has progressed in his pay-per-view events. Now that he's older, his pay-per-view events have fallen, but he's still there to a certain aspect. He's still Forbes' top boxer, just like Floyd was the face of boxing in pay-per-view events, in arena ticket sales, and pay-per-view events, like I said, and in Forbes' list, the richest boxer of all time. They told you the category of who was the best, who was the best of the best. So right now, I can definitely tell you that Canelo Alvarez is still, till this day, at 34 years old, Forbes list top boxer getting paid. Pay-per-view events, he's there. You can say that Tank Davis gave us 1 million buys, but what's going to be the next? We know we got to progress and see what can he give us next. Is he going to sell another 1 million, 800, 700, 600? Do we have confidence in him? I don't know. I can't see that. But for me, to this day, I can be legitimate and say it was a lineal. Who is the face of boxing? Canelo Alvarez is still the face of boxing. And my dad is 65 years old, and he knows who Canelo Alvarez is.
Yeah, I can give you that. But like I said, I don't use the word, oh man, the face of boxing, this and that. Like, I don't use that word, but I can give you that. Now I gotta ask you a question because my man Knockout, he sends the super chat. He says, ask D Block to show his tank tattoo. You can't criticize a man when he tattooed on you. He says, hashtag crown KO. You got a tank tattoo on you?
Oh yeah, I got one right here. Look, I'm proud to. I don't know if you can see it with the light. What is it? It's right there. Tank Davis King.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
OTB, what? Huh?
Tank Davis, King of 135.
Why would you tattoo another man's name on you? This is just I'm
yeah. It's your opinion. It's what you think and whatever it is. But I come from a different aspect. I had a whole trust in what the fight plan was going to be. I didn't think he was going to rehydrate him, but he did it. I still have faith in my boy. He lost the fight, and I had to keep a word as a man. I had to keep a word as a man that other motherfuckers don't. Other motherfuckers run the other way when the cops come. Other motherfuckers come when they come.
But you get mad at me, Keon.
He lost the bet.
I lost the bet.
But I'm asking the question, like me, right? Me as a man, I will like. I just
fuck no. Tell him what you'll do.
No, I'm just out this. I'm being serious. I want to know why you would like tattoo another man. Like I can understand if you like, okay, man, this is a legend. Like this is, but Tank is an active fighter that's 29 years old. Like, what made you want to tattoo his name on you? I'm
love.
Serious I could be.
D Block in love.
No disrespect, but I'm being serious as I could be.
I took a risk, and people, if you don't take a risk, it is what it is. I gotta face it. I gotta see it every day, and that's how much hatred I have against even Tank Davis right now.
Did you lose a bet or something?
Yeah, I lost.
Yep. He in love. See, hey,
I lost the bet. I was like, what would make you want to tat, another grown man name, active fighter on you, right? So you lost a bet.
The best be serious out here, Keon. Okay, that's why you heard from me.
That changes. You see what I'm saying? That changes the whole, that changes everything. Because I'm like, man, so if you lost a bet and you had to do it, okay, you was a man of your word, and it happened. Okay. That's all I was asking, dog. Cause I'm like, man,
hey, he lucky a nigga ain't asking to put that tattoo in his face, though, Keon. How about that? You be in sympathy for him.
Hold on.
I'm asking the man a question because I'm trying to figure out what the ins and the outs of what was going on. I don't know that, man. I'm not finna disrespect him before, you know what I'm saying? I want to get some understanding.
No, here it is. The disrespect is this, that people said, oh, he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that. Mm-hmm. But I did it. Why? Because I'm a man of my word.
You're a man of your word. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, I respect that, bro.
I respect it. I'm not.
And not just that. I'm from my hood. I'm right here with my clique. We kicking it. We relaxing. They know who I am. They know what I'm about. I don't fake that shit. I ain't about that fake ass shit. When I keep my word, even they saw that. They were there with me when I got my tattoo. And they still said, no matter what, we still got your back. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, I'm going to keep on talking. At the end of the day, I represent what I represent. I don't talk shit. I am about shit.
But you got it. No. It's, if you have a bet, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through it. You got to be a man of your word and go through whatever you bet with. That's just, so I respect it. I respect it. I wouldn't have made that bet. But that's just, you got to. You know, shit.
But guess what? We got people right there in the comment section laughing about that shit. Right? They laugh, but it's all good with me. Because at the end of the day, it come with some real shit. I don't talk that shit. I'm about
No,
that
you
shit.
gotta,
You know what I mean?
you gotta, if you make a bet, you gotta go through with a bet. A man is only as good as, what I'm saying, a man is only as good as his word.
Can I
always
tell you
gotta hold
something
down
about
your
that?
word.
Can I tell you something about that? Because you said
What's
a
that?
man is his word, right?
Right.
Can I tell you?
You gotta be a
Okay.
man of your word.
So I went to Rise Podcast and I talked to Coach Kenny. And I asked him the question, Coach Kenny, and he's a trainer. I said, remember when you flipped that coin and you were going to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135, right? You said, and even Coach Ford said, we're going after everybody that went against my youngin. Lomachenko, Haney, and Shakur. And he said that of his own word. Like we said right now, you got to respect the man's word when he says it. And that's why even today, it gives me more influence to say, I told Cole Kenny, why didn't you get the fight? Oh, they didn't want it. That's bullshit. I tweeted Shakur Stevenson and told him. He said they never offered me nothing. So for me, till that day when I heard what Shakur told me, I know to this day that they are not men of their word. Fans.
Well, let me say something like this, right? Coach Kenny can't flip a coin and tell nobody who Gervonta Davis is gonna fight next. Coach, he can't, he don't have that authority.
Coach Ford was right there.
So he shouldn't even done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit is just publicity shit. Like, Coach Kenny, and respect to Coach Kenny, because I fuck with Coach Kenny, right? But Coach Kenny can't flip no coin and tell you who Tank is gonna fight next because of what side the coin landed on. He don't even have that authority to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So people ran around and actually believed that. I saw exactly what I saw that when he flipped the coin, and I laughed about the shit and fucking went on about my day because I never even took it serious. Like, when he flipped that coin, ain't no part of me thought, oh man, Tank gonna fight Shakur next because Coach Kenny flipped the coin and it landed on, man. He don't have that authority. And my man KQ says, I'm 57 years old and old. He said, an old stone from Chicago. He says, I'm saying that
I'm
shit
not
now.
rapping that.
Yeah, he said, I ain't saying that shit now. Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
I was well.
GM in the background, you said.
Huh?
GM said he in the back.
You got to turn this camera on so I can see who he is.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to another YouTube channel. They're calling me right now, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of the show. D Block's coming out late June 2024. We coming for the smoke. We about everything inevitable. D Block, D Town, D.
Hey, you lucky they didn't put that tattoo on your forehead, D Block, and stop ducking me, son.
Wait, who's this?
Hold on, Ben Israel. We ain't finna do that today. That's not
all right, I'm gonna let you go, my brother. Thank you so much.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, crazy.
We ain't finna do all that.
Man, I ain't about to say nothing.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, man? What's up? I see that's what we talking about, man. We talk about Tank. We talk about Devin Haney.
Well, yeah. Let me get to let me see who. Let me get to GM because he jumped on.
Right. All right,
what's up?
Knockout. I don't know if that's you, dog. Okay, bet. Had to make sure we ain't had no swingers in here.
Nah, I already know that shit, homie. It's all good. Y'all go ahead.
Let me get to GM real quick because we got a panel, so we gotta let everybody go around. So real quick, and then we'll pass it. GM, go ahead.
All right, appreciate it. Shout out KO and KQ. I just want to say, speaking on the Devin and Tank situation, like, a lot of people think that Tank's ducking because they keep thinking that 20 million is real, But when you really think about it, that 20 million was not a real offer at all. He didn't told us when he said that he offered him 20 mil, which was through DM, and then he turned around on the Sean Porter podcast and said he really had 40 million for him. Because when you do the math and you think, okay, you had 40 million for Tank, that means that 20 million, Devin would automatically have had the upside in that negotiation if that was a real offer. Because they got 40 million to work with, $20 million going to Tank, that means at least 21 mil going to Devin. Feel what I'm saying? So the whole situation is exactly what you said it was. Both of them don't want to fight right now. You know, Tank got no business talking about the fight because whoever he fight is going to do numbers. Devin got all the business keeping Tank name in his mouth because it's going to sell his fight. Feel what I'm saying? And I think at the end of the day, I don't even think it's really a weight thing. I think it's more that Shakur is at 35 right now anyways. Because I feel like if Shakur went up to the 40, then Tank will probably move to 42 eventually. You know? So I think at the end of the day, the next person on the hit list for Tank it'd probably be Shakur before he I mean if he gonna fight like, you know, one of the top guys, it's gonna be Shakur over Devin. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Then we're gonna move on to Naheem.
I'm gonna collaborate on what bro said. I feel like Devin.
Let me read this super chat real quick. My man Devin says, "Laugh out loud." You heard the man. Tank King 135. And salute to Devin. And go ahead.
Tank is the king of 135. There's no doubt about that. And he's gonna go under. He's taking it all away. My thing is this with Devin Haney is that he wants to fight him, right? But it's the rehydration clause. I feel like that's the issue in the contract, not the 20 million. I feel like it's the rehydration clause. As a boxer, you know, I come in at 145. You know, if I want to come down to the 139 and fight at 135, I'm not fighting nobody unless the rehydration clause is on my terms because I need to get that weight back. You getting in the ring, you going pound for pound, you taking these hits, you taking these blows, you moving around, you get exhausted pretty quick, real quick. So I feel like it's the rehydration clause. I think once they come down to the rehydration clause in the contract, I feel like that's when the fight is going to take off. I don't really feel like it's too much of the money. Because Devin Haney, he can't sell a fight for we got to call a spade a spade. He can't sell a fight. So all the money coming in is gonna be coming from Tank. I'm putting my money on Tank. I'm not putting my money on Devin. You gotta be crazy. Shakur's over here doing a publicity stunt. You know what I'm saying? To try to get fights. If the WBO feel like you don't need to step up in these fights, leave them. Go somewhere else. Find somewhere else to fight. Fight a nobody. Keep your name going. But to retire, that's a sucker move. And this is why I want to fight him.
We're not talking about Shakur right now. We're talking about Tank and Devin. We got to stay on topic. Because then we got a whole nother, you know.
No, I got you. I just had to get that out there real quick. Real quick.
So, yeah. And then I'm going to pass it to Knockout. It was something I wanted to respond to that you said. It was a question I had to ask it. Maybe somebody on the panel could help me because, you know, the IBF, they have the rehydration clause in the IBF. Has Devin Haney, because he was undisputed, has he ever had to, do the rehydration clause?
Nah, bro, because because the IBF that only comes into play when they got the only belt that's on the line, bro.
Right. We get all the belts.
If it's a unification, then it's that they don't use that rule. But like Subriel Matias, if Subriel Matias defend his IBF title and it's not a unification, then they got that 10-pound rehydration limit. Like when Earl fought Earl had the WBC and the IBF, they didn't have that 10-pound rehydration limit since they was fighting for 2 belts.
Yep. That's what I figured. I just wanted to clear that up. But go ahead, Knockout. It's on you.
Yeah, man. So to the homie GM, man, like you can't get convoluted and all that stuff, man. It's very common sense. That shit is fake. The 20 million is fake, and the easiest way for people to understand that is the team in Saudi Arabia, when they get ready to make an offer to a fighter, they didn't call Artur Beterbiev to make an offer to Dmitry Bivol. They made an offer directly to Dmitry Bivol's team, and when they wanted to get Beterbiev involved, they made an offer directly to Artur Beterbiev. They didn't call Anthony Joshua's team to send his offer to Francis Ngannou and vice versa. They didn't call Francis Ngannou sending an offer over for Anthony Joshua. So for anyone to believe that the Saudi Arabian team is going to have a $20 million offer for Gervonta Tank Davis and send his offer over to Eddie Hearn or send his offer over to Bill Haney instead of sending it over to Gervonta Tank Davis's team directly. But I don't know what you're smoking on, bro. So you want me to believe that this is the one time since Saudi Arabia has came into boxing that they had an offer for a fighter and sent it to a third party that's not even associated with that fighter. The case is closed, bro. The shit didn't happen. It didn't happen, bro. And if you really want to go through the timeline, that was 2 days after the Subriel Matias debacle when they talking about he was asking for $4 million. That was on a Tuesday. Then by Thursday night, they talking about we had $20 million for Tank Davis. So if you can't see the forest from the trees on that, I don't know what to help you with, bro. So I'm still waiting on the wife, but I just had to say that because people keep talking about this shit and it's so nonsensical and it's so illogical. If you just take a step back and use your common sense, you will see that it's illogical. Because notice, Turki Alalshikh, whatever his name is, he could have easily cooked Tank Davis. Man, I already offered you $20 million. You can buy 18 Ferraris with that shit. You can buy 10 Ferraris with that shit. What did he say? He made a joke about the gloves. It was funny and shit. He didn't say you already had an offer on the table. And when he really wanted to start talking about Tank, what he said? I'm going to try to reach out to Al Heyman so I can see if I can get this fight made. But why are you trying to reach out to Al Heyman or why are you trying to reach out to Tank Team if you done already supposedly made a $20 million offer to him? So if we just all step back and use our brains, bro, like the shit is common sense, man. That shit fake. That shit faker than the $3 bill, bro.
Knockout, I gotta ask you a question because from my recollection, you know, and I could be wrong, right? Cause I ain't like kind of like been following the shit like that, maybe like you have, but I thought the $20 million offer came from Eddie Hearn. They like Eddie Hearn was saying the $20 million offer, not Sheik.
Nah, man, that man said we had even more money than that from all over the world, from different countries and shit. And we all know what country he talking about. It's only one country throwing money around in boxing, bro. It's only one. So we all know who he talking about. That shit didn't come directly for the zone. And then even if they're claiming that it did, check this out, Key and the panel. Y'all check this out. So this is the same DAZN that just had to do business with Tank Davis and his team for Tank and Ryan. So they know who to pass paperwork to. They know who to get paperwork back and forth to get some shit cracking if they really want to get some shit cracking. But let me guess, you had $20 million and you sent the shit directly to Tank Davis in his DMs. Y'all just did business with them, bro. You know how to get paperwork done because y'all had to negotiate the DAZN TV rights for the Tank and Ryan fight.
And for Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, bro. So like I be hearing them talking shit, bro. With that, you can get that shit off on people that ain't got no brain, but that shit ain't getting off of me, bro. That shit came from fucking. They claiming that it came from Saudi Arabia, and then look how he moving. What he doing? He trying to back Haney and them and shit. So now they feel like they got something. And people talking about this fight happening or not happening, and then I'll pass it. The homie talking about a rehydration clause. It's not a rehydration clause, bro. It's pride and ego. What's going on with the Haneys is they have no problem bending their knee. They have no problem compromising when it comes to George Kambosos. But when you get this other brother in front of you, now all of a sudden you got pride, you got bravado. We got to have the fight over here. It got to be in my weight class. I ain't taking no stipulations. I want Ryan Garcia money or no fight. Like all this extra shit. But when it came to these other people, when it came to Bob Arum, Lou DiBella, George Kambosos, you bending your knee. Boxing is trying to take away what Tank Davis is and the seller that he is because these other promoters are doing a shit job promoting their fighters here in America, bro. It's that simple. Like, you can't sell here in America, so let's just go to Saudi Arabia then because you know if you negotiate for a fight here in America, you're going to have to send your fighter over there to Prime. You're going to have to send your fighter over there to PBC, and you're going to get a cut of your fighter's purse. Nothing more, nothing less. You ain't got no TV rights. You ain't doing no cross-promotional shit, all because you can't sell and shit. So they're trying to make selling and getting fans to show up and getting fans to buy, they're trying to make that shit mean nothing. Enter Saudi Arabia, who don't give a fuck about making no money, who don't care about turning a profit on the sport, and now they can just say, hey, yo, A-side shit, that don't mean nothing. Let's just go to Saudi Arabia, bro. And it's cool for fire stick people and people don't actually go to fights, so they all for it. But for those of us that buy fights and go to fights when we can, that fight got no business in America, and you can't tell a man that his hard work don't mean nothing. Just like Devin Haney is an undisputed champion and a 2-division champion, and he going to the Hall of Fame, he worked for that shit. Can't nobody take it from him. Just like Shakur Stevenson is a multiple division champion and a unified champion, he worked for that shit. Can't nobody take it from him. So Tank Davis is the biggest ticket seller out of all of them. He's the one that the fans sign up to see. He's the one that people are breaking records for to go see fight live. You can't try to take that shit from him by trying to act like his leverage over you don't mean nothing. Because when Devin Haney fighting Regis Prograis, leverage mean everything. That's why even though I'm the challenger, I can bring your ass over here to motherfucking San Francisco where I'm from, and we can fight in the Bay, even though I'm challenging for your belt. When Shakur and Loma and these guys are the A side, oh, I can bring you over here to Newark, New Jersey. Even though I'm moving up to your shit, I can bring you to Newark, New Jersey to fight me because I'm the A side. Or I can bring you over here if you Edwin De Los Santos, or if you Frank Martin, you can come over here to ESPN because I'm the A side. So these dudes, A side and B side, they're saying that the shit don't mean nothing only when they the B side. But when they the ones with the leverage, they want that shit to mean everything, bro. And so I
You
think
right.
people need to pay more attention to that shit, man.
You right about that A side B side shit. Yeah, you definitely right about that. And a lot of what you said, I agree with a lot of what you said. But man, I just think that this situation comes down to the fighters, right? The fighters. It comes down to the fighters. You take the business people out of it. You take everybody out of it. And do Gervonta Davis, is he at the point to where he willing to do whatever to fight Devin Haney? And what I mean by whatever, I mean by sit down and say, you know what? This is who I want to fight. I want to fight him. Let's all sit down and make this shit happen. Let's see if we can make this shit happen. And then is Devin Haney at the point to where he like, hey dad, I want to fight Tank, Dad. And is he willing to do anything that he wants? That he have to say, you know what? Let's get this shit straight now. Let's sit down and make this fight happen. And when it comes to both of these fighters, no. Neither one of them are at that point. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Tank, he doing what he's doing. And they got the plan to do what they're doing with him. And they're doing a great job because he's making the biggest bags. And then Devin, this is benefiting him because he get to keep Tank name, you know what I'm saying, in his mouth. And that's big news. That make for big news. When he go off and fight whoever else he gonna fight, well, you got your stick. We still want to see you fight Tank. So, you know what I'm saying? That's giving him a bigger buzz. I just don't think neither one of them are at the point to where they like, man, fuck all the bullshit. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna make this happen. We seen when we seen what Crawford and EJ did. They're like, man, fuck all that shit, man. We're gonna call each other on the phone. You know what I'm saying? We seen what Tank and Ryan Garcia did. It was a lot of people behind the scenes that didn't want that fight to happen, but they was like, no, it's gonna happen. And so I Tank and Devin, they not at that point. And so that's just simple. It's just, simple to me.
And at what point do they get there?
The difference though,
Because
Keon.
we gonna end up. Hold on, man. We gonna end up watching them both
real quick. Go
lose
ahead.
to somebody who not as good because we not getting the best fighting the best. So what happened? Both of them end up losing to somebody who don't have the same talent level because everybody want to handpick their career. You don't play with the sport of boxing, man.
What's gonna happen? OTB, is whoever lose first in that scenario you talking about, they gonna become the desperate one. All of a sudden, that person that lose first, oh shit, I make that fight. I go over here, I do all that, I do this and all that. People get real desperate when they take their first L. So that's what will happen.
It's too soon for that fight, and I feel like
a lot of people moving the goalposts. Y'all, one thing we're gonna address.
Hold on real quick, Ben, and I'll let you. Let's keep it a buck. And this is how I see it. This is my opinion. I don't think neither fighter is going to be put in a position by their team or the people around them to lose. I don't think right now on the trajectory that Tank is on, right, the money that he getting, they not finna put him in a position against nobody to lose right now. And Devin Haney team, you think they finna put him in the ring with somebody like Subriel Matisse? Hell no.
Nah,
they ain't gonna do it either. So they gonna move. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna continue to move to where neither one of them gonna be put in fights to where they like, okay, man, we know we might have a chance of losing in this fucking fight.
Nah, the money gonna dictate that though, Key. If you want to pick between the two because of the position that Tank is in, he'll have a greater chance of losing first because they're not gonna want to start losing money. So let's say he fight Frank Martin, or let's say he fight Ryo, and or whoever y'all think he's gonna fight.
Chance of him losing neither one of those appointments.
No, it's not. No. It's not a chance of him losing. But they're gonna be like, damn, we just got this big ass bag with Ryan, and now you niggas just did 200, 300,000 pay-per-views, and now my money is what? The only way that people are gonna keep buying and keep coming back is if they feel like you have a chance to lose, bro.
They'll buy Pacquiao. Pacquiao's a great fight because and you know, Pacquiao coming back to the sport, that's a big fight for Tank.
But that shows that they back is against the wall too, though, because now it's to the point to where for you to get close to what you got with Ryan Garcia, you mean to tell me I gotta watch you fight a fighter that's been out of the ring 3 years, that's 45 years old? That's how. So after Pacquiao, then what? They're gonna want to keep making those bags, bro.
But see,
that's where the Devin come into fruition at right there, though. Keon, you got to let me address it. Just 1 second, though. You know, because you and Keon, y'all been tap dancing long enough, though, man. 1 minute y'all talk about Devin ain't gonna sell, then Keon, then you got Knockout talk about, well, if they feed us Pacquiao, then after Pacquiao, who Devin Rat 9. And fight fans is fed up. Real fight fans, real fans of the sport, not just fans of a favorite fighter. Like how both of y'all seem like y'all tied into Tank. All of a sudden, you and Keon Knockout, y'all like y'all ball chain tied to Tank. Throw his ass in the ring. Tell him to go knock out Bill Haney's son. Go knock that nigga out. On Bill Haney's face. But you know, boxing is moved in a different direction, my G. Y'all sitting there talking about Devin can't feel. Devin, no, let me address it though, bro. Let me address it. I'm gonna let y'all. I was on mute. He told me to be quiet. Just you do me a second. You be quiet, my brother, whoever that was. I mean, forgive me not. I mean, KQ, if that was you. Forgive me, OG. No, forgive me, because you know my olive branch always down to you. And you know, I thought it was Knockout talking that crazy jump where he ready to defend Tank all of a sudden. But when he be talking about this Devin, it's enough of that shit though, Knockout and Keon. For real. We can sit there and be talking about, well, Devin, and we y'all mad about Bill. This is what y'all mad about. But Devin, go knock his ass out, Tank. This is what I'm saying, KQ. This all I'm saying, OG. Yeah. I feel Tank and knock him out. But these dudes got Tank all in protected custody, this rehydration clause. But I want to address, you know, his excellency.
Hold on, Ben. I'm letting you get off, but you ain't gonna keep talking at me, nigga. Talking about
because I want to address you.
You ain't gonna keep talking about I'm protecting Tank and all that.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Niggas. I'm actually talking to y'all niggas and letting y'all know what it is.
Because we talking about Ryan Garcia was the fake. Listen, let me get this off real quick. Ryan, the Rolly, the Hector Garcia, the Mario Barrios, the Gamboyos. Who was those before Tank? Tank was that dude now, Keon. This is what I'm saying. I ain't denying Tank of his, but he gave those dudes an opportunity. And what Devin done went out, KQ, OG, Cause Keon and Tank, I'm addressing you again, Keon. They got this man. Y'all got to throw this man in the ring. This is what they got me blocked from Ryan's podcast. My homeboys, Keon. These niggas, you right here. Ain't about Devin, bro. Go knock his ass out. Yeah, we fans of the sport, Keon. We fans.
Let's me. What
this your platform.
What are you addressing me about? What are you addressing me about?
When you sit there, be talking about because Tank and these other things, you can sit there and say what?
Because Tank and these other things, I asked you a question because you're not saying shit.
You said
what are you addressing me about?
The reason why you don't feel that the fight gonna happen.
What did I say? What did I say?
You said because the reason why, because this person with Devin team, you know, the rehydration clause, because Tank ain't gonna, you know, Devin them ain't gonna allow this. Devin don't want to do this. Devin don't want to go. Devin don't want to address the rehydration clause. This what you came down to, Keon. But I want you. Devin don't want to address the rehyd. This all you summed it up with. You.
Niggas be kicking you off the panel because you just get to talking a whole bunch of fucking.
You said he didn't want to address the rehydration clause, bro.
What I said, Ben, is I said, and I broke it down where everybody can understand. I said, this is the reason why. It's plain and simple. Neither one of these niggas is at the point to where they willing to make the fight happen. Neither one of them want to fight each other, bad enough to make the fight happen. It's plain and simple. Devin nor Tank right now.
Why you said that? Why you said that? Because you said I'm making up shit.
Over everything that I said, dog. If you
I'm gonna collaborate. I'm collaborate on what you're saying, bro.
But I'm gonna move past that though, Keon. Respectfully, I'm gonna move past that. But when these dudes, what I'm addressing is when they take a fighter, whether it was Mario's Barrios when Tank went up there at 140, Keon, and addressed, he ain't gave Mario's Barrios no rehydration clause.
Yes, he did.
Because he.
See, this is where you don't even know what the hell you be talking about.
I don't. A lot of people don't know what they be talking about.
Mario Barrios had a rehydration clause at 140 pounds. Right. So go ahead, Ben.
But when we sit up there and talk about what Tank want to do, and we not me, y'all be sitting up there and we talk about he shouldn't do this here, but Tank is a fighter, and he need to go out there and fight. Fuck what I say, you say, and anybody else say. If Tank want to go masquerade at 135, and you saying after Pacquiao, who is he gonna fight? Frank Warren. And then when Frank done, you got Shakur playing this Teofimo Lopez. I'm in retirement, or I'm not in retirement. Shit, what is we doing? We talk about the best. If 1 minute y'all want the best fight, the best, in the next minute y'all want to do out here and protect the custody. What is we doing? Not Devin the fuck out and get this shit over with.
You keep saying y'all, right? And now
YALL.
Now, okay, you keep saying y'all. First of all, I let you know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just talking all over the place, dog. We got one fighter that's 135 pounder. We got another fighter that's 140 pounder. Now, Devin just moved from 135.
One fight.
Devin moved from 135.
Right. Had one fight with Regis Prograde at 140, and then all of a sudden
Devin Haney just moved from 135. So I mean, we wouldn't even be having to talk about this. If we want to go by what you talking, Devin could have stayed at 135 then. And then
for what? What he's doing at 130, and the man don't want to fight. He tap dancing. 1 minute he told him to go up there and fight.
I'm sick of hearing Ben talk. Because I can't. Nah, I'm not. Ben. You somebody that don't need to jump on nobody panel and talk. You just don't, bro. You don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't, because you talk. No. You talk all over the place. You don't have an understanding for shit. And like, bro, nah, man, you giving me a headache now. You giving me a headache. Now,
so if I say Devin capping, that won't give you no headache. If I
nah, bro. I'm not.
Bill up here capping, that won't give you no headache.
Hold on. Hold on. No, not right now. No more. Nah, I can't. We ain't doing being Israel no more, bro. You gotta chill out. I can't deal with that shit no more.
I feel you on that. He's wild.
Anybody that know me know that I want to see the best fight the best.
We all do.
I want to see the best fight the best. I wouldn't give a fuck if Tank had a rehydration clause or not. But we got to talk about the situation realistically, right? And if one fighter is at 140 and big as hell, and the other fighter is a 135-pound fighter, realistically, if they both want to fight, they would have to come to an agreement. I'll move to 140, but you're gonna have to take a rehydration clause.
Right.
Or we'll have the fight at the catch weight, and there'll be no rehydration clause. Neither fighter is showing that they at that point. You got Devin Haney right now that's saying, nah, he got to fight me at 140, and I ain't doing no rehydration clause. You also have Devin Haney that's not the A side. So how the fuck you telling him he got to move up to 140 and fight you, and you ain't doing no rehydration clause? Well, nigga, you don't want to fight because now you're saying that you're not even willing to negotiate. It
Because
got to
he
be
knows.
highway. And then we have Gervonta Davis. He giggling and laughing, saying, well, they don't even know who to get in touch with. But he's not saying, okay, let's make the fight happen. Let's see if we can all get together and negotiate and make the fight happen. So therefore, neither one of them are at the point to where they're willing to do what they have to do to make it happen. Devin nor Gervonta Davis are at that point. So I don't understand what's so hard for people like Ben to understand when I break it down like that. Now he's like, oh man, you protecting Tank. You want to hold Tank Davis nuts, and you were like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that shit right now. What's happening with it, Reggie? Reggie, what it do? So I mean, I don't understand.
I feel like
about how I broke it down to understand it.
I feel like he misinterpreted the whole thing. He not understanding that this is going to be too big of a fight for boxing right now. The sport just got back excited. The sport hasn't been exciting since Bud Crawford. It's starting to get more exciting. Boxing's starting to be a thing now, back to the way it was. So I feel like that fight is just too soon for both fighters, too early in their career, and they need to go their separate ways. And then when it's time for that big mega fight, when the money and everything is right, they have that fight. I just feel like it's too soon for both of them right now in their career.
I feel like that they need to fight right now. I don't feel like it's too soon.
Facts.
Like
I think both of them in their prime.
If I were running the show, this is how I feel, right? But see, I can't speak.
I don't think they're in their prime yet, man. I don't feel like neither one of them reached their prime yet.
See,
I don't.
This is how I see it, right? Because you have a fan of boxing. What we all should be fans of boxing, right? That's what we all in here for.
Right.
But then you have to know what go on in boxing and how these fighters move and how the businesses ran and how they team move them, all of that shit. So we have to look at the situation realistically. If you ask me, I'm like, okay, Tank, you've been on fucking Twitter talking shit, talking that big ass shit to Devin. Devin, you've been on Twitter talking that big ass shit to Tank. Both of you niggas get in the ring and fight each other, and I don't give a fuck what weight you fight at. You know what I'm saying? That's me as a fan. You can fight in KQKC backyard if you want to. I don't give a fuck what venue it's at, how much money y'all making, all of that. If it was me, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Y'all fight. Y'all make,
and we watching.
Agreement, make the weight and fucking fight. But we know that's not realistic. We know that's not realistic. And like I said, you got one fighter that's at 135. You got another fighter that's at 140. The fighter in Tank that's been to 140. Yes, he's fought at 140 before, but he put a rehydration clause on his opponent. So is he going to go in there and give up his A-side leverage and fight Devin Haney at 140 pounds with no rehydration clause? Probably not. Devin, knowing that, why are you making demands, and you clearly the B-side fighter, and you're demanding that this man got to come to 140 and fight me, and I ain't doing no fucking rehydration clause. Well, then you don't want to fight and he don't either, because y'all ain't willing to make no type of sacrifices. You ain't willing to sacrifice.
Nobody want to bend. Everybody want to, goddamn it, make some stipulations, and don't nobody want to bend, which makes me question: are y'all fighters or are y'all boxers? Now we done come into a time where there's a difference. You got boxers who are being weight drained and trained at weight classes where they gonna be successful. They opponents are being handpicked. Their career is handpicked. Shit, that's why I called it the WWF before. This Vince McMahon, goddamn it, telling people you gonna fight him, then be champion. Like shit, man, this is ridiculous. We talking about a sport where you should watch a man knock a man out, and this should make you want to get in the ring. And both of them, I feel like they at their primes because they're at a point where both of them can still achieve a lot in the sport, given a loss to any one of these A-level boxers that they choose to fight, given they fight each other. You may lose the Tank and go and beat Shakur, Devin. You may beat Tank and go and lose the Shakur. Like shit, but regardless, it's giving us 6 quality fights, 3 years worth of A-level world-class boxing. If y'all can't goddamn it make a picture around that tree, then y'all need to quit painting because y'all fucking up this sport.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with you, man. And like I said,
I don't disagree with him at all.
I just, bro, I just gotta, look at the situation to where, these fighters, man, no matter how much we complain about it, and once these fighters get to a certain level, man, it don't matter what the fuck we say. They gonna do whatever they want to do, and it ain't nothing we can do about it except for stop buying these fights. Stop buying. The only way that for the people that's like, okay, Tank ain't fighting the people that we want to see. It's only one way to change that. Stop buying the fight. If it ain't if he ain't fighting who you want to see fight, stop buying the fights. But see, the problem with that is that when you build a casual fan base, casual fans don't care. I've heard people tell me that I don't give a damn who Tank fight. I'm going to support him. I'm going to buy it. I've heard people tell me they don't give a damn who Devin fight. They're going to pay for it. Whether they did it or not, the pay-per-view numbers didn't say they did, but, collectively. But, we know that Tank Davis has a huge fan base. Leonard Ellaby know that Tank Davis have a huge
He's
fan
one
base.
of the most exciting boxers in this day and age right now. He's one of the most explosive.
Right.
You
He is.
know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who he fights. We know he's gonna put on the show. But if Devin fighting nobody, it's not gonna be a show. He's gonna be getting hit, touched. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna come down to the card. He ain't got no real knockouts. Like, I'm not wasting my. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not wasting my money on Devin Haney. I'm not doing it.
I'm not finna just say, oh, I ain't gonna support. I like,
I'll support him. As a Muslim, I support my brothers, of course, as a Muslim. But
somebody I
I'm
want
a
to see,
fan
I'm
of
gonna get
boxing.
for it. If Devin fights, I'm not like, it's not personal with me and none of these fighters.
Nah, nothing's personal. I don't know them to be personal.
If Devin fights somebody that I want to see him fight, I'm gonna pay for it. If it's a good fight, like if Devin fight, it's a lot of fighters that I'll pay to watch Devin fight. It's a lot of fighters that I'll pay to watch Tank fight. But it's also a lot of fighters that if Tank step in the ring with, I'm not paying for that shit. If Devin step in the ring with, I'm not gonna pay for it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But when you built a casual fan base that don't give a fuck who you fight, all they want to see is Tank fight and knock somebody out, they're gonna pay for it. They'll pay to see Tank fight. They'll pay to see. They don't know who OTB is. Never seen him a day in his life. But if Tank fight OTB, they're gonna pay to see it. That's the type of fan base that Tank has. And
one thing about it, a fighter gonna sell if they're exciting. And what we like, knockouts. All right, we like knockouts. Yes, we like the pure boxer too, but we like the puncher boxer. And we all excited about that, and we'll pay to see that. And that's what Tank has. And that's why he sells. Now, Devin's a great fighter. He's a pure boxer, though. And sometimes that can be a little bit boring to some fighters, to other people. But I'm just saying that maybe he can be like a Floyd Mayweather, a great defensive fighter. But knockout sales, man, and that could be a good match if they was in the same weight class. But they're not, So
I'm the type of fan, I don't give a damn what type of knockout you're gonna get at a certain point in your career. When I know that you should be fighting a certain level of opponent and you're not giving that to me, I'm not gonna support it. Tank is I'm not finna cry about what Tank is doing and what he ain't doing no more. I'm just at the point, it's like, okay,
I've come to accept
a certain level of opponent, I'm not gonna pay for it.
And me, I've come to accept it.
Yeah, and I accept it. Yeah, we accept it. That's why I'm not crying about it. If Tank go fight, and I'm gonna explain to y'all, right? If Gervonta Davis goes and he fight Manny Pacquiao, right? I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna pay for it. If Gervonta Davis go and fight Ryu Venezuela, and I'm a Ryu fan, I met him, he hella cool, but it ain't the type of opponent at this point in his career that I want to see him in the ring with, I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm just not gonna pay for it, right? If he go and so that's just what it is, right? Now, if he fight T.O., a Devin, a Shakur, maybe even like
I even pay for a Loma. I pay for the Loma fight.
A Loma or something like that, right? Yes, I'll pay for those fights, but like once I understand, like, I mean, when it comes to Tank, man, I'm not finna cry over who he fighting, who he ain't fighting no more, because it's been long enough. Like, I mean, when are we gonna realize, okay, they're gonna do what they're gonna do? It is what it is. He's built himself to be an attraction to where they can put him in the ring with whoever, and people gonna want to see it. Because, like KQ said, like Naheem said, he's exciting. So people want excitement.
And
People
the words
pay
of Emmanuel Stewart, knockout sale, baby.
Yeah, knockout sale. People pay to see excitement, and that's their entertainment. They entertained by that. I can't tell somebody else what to be entertained by. I'm a real boxing fan that I like the competition. I like to know, okay, this nigga saying he's the best, and he willing to prove that he's the best against the best. I like the sweet science. I understand boxing. I know that just because you can knock a motherfucker out, that doesn't mean that you the best. Like, like me, I like the whole picture. I'm much more than a casual fan. But
I can understand what you're saying, because a knockout comes off with just a good punch at the right moment. In certain cases.
What you say?
I'm saying I understand what you're saying, because a knockout comes sometimes with a good swing at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not always planned. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that combination that he did was just something out of whack. You know what I mean? And he just got a lucky shot. So I definitely understand what you're saying. Sometimes you want to see the professional actually go to 12 or to 8 rounds, you know what I'm saying, and come to the cards. I get that part. Bro, I like that part of boxing too, though. But definitely,
solid shit, that's what pissed me off about Tank, y'all. Because once I seen Tank set the trap against Rolly, that was the final straw I needed to see. Oh, I done seen you fight off the back foot against when your arm was messed up, when your hand was broke against Usyk Cruz. I seen you fight off the back foot and change the angles. Now I seen you set a trap and put it all together. Oh, you ready for A-class level. Why aren't you giving me that as a fan?
I wish I'd answered.
Devin said that he said some it makes sense. He says, and that's all that matters. He says, if they got 10 million loving me and 2 million that don't, I'm gonna go with the 10 million. But I get he said, but I get it. We all want to see the best fight the best. Yeah, I agree with what you said, man, because that's the mentality of these fighters nowadays. But the mentality of the fans nowadays, everybody don't want to see their favorite fighter fight the best. The fans don't want to see that no more, because realistically, it doesn't matter what fans pop in the comments and say. It doesn't matter what fans jump on panels and say. A lot of fans, they don't want to see their favorite fighter in a fight to where they have a possibility of losing. In all of these top fighters, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, T.O., and whoever else you want to name, if you get in there with the best, you have a much higher probability of losing. That's why they call it the A level. I don't give a damn if you say, oh man, Tank knocking everything the fuck out. Ain't nobody beating him. That doesn't hold any weight just because you said it. If you say, oh, Devin doing this or Shakur doing that, like, I feel that Shakur beats all of them, but it doesn't hold no weight, right? Until I can actually make my opinion a reality. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is for them to get in the ring and fight each other. Other than that, it's all in the fucking opinion. And at the end of the day, are these fighters willing to get in there and put it on the line and to prove our opinions right or wrong. And the sad truth is, a lot of these fighters are not.
Won't ever.
Just is what it is, man. So we can argue about the shit and debate about it until our face turn blue. But bro, I'm not in the ring fighting for none of these fighters, and none of us are in the ring fighting for none of these fighters. And bro, it's crazy because a lot of these fans, they get so attached to a fighter, they act like they in the ring fighting for these fighters. Like they'll tell you,
he was at training camp.
What's gonna do? He gone, man. He gone. And it's like, bro, how the fuck you know? You ain't in the ring fighting for that fighter.
Ain't shared a ring with that fighter. Right. You ain't even shared a ring with that fighter.
Get the ring, run a mile.
Yeah, right. So it's like, man, we just all sitting here and we should all want to see that. We all should want to see whoever your favorite fighter is fight the best. But you know, everybody get that motherfucking, like, come on now, let's all just keep it real as fight fans. If you got a favorite fighter and your favorite fighter have ever been in the ring with somebody that's a threat, everybody gonna get that feeling in their chest.
Now look, I have a question. I got a question for y'all.
I've been ringside at more fights than I can count, and I didn't see, when, you know what I'm saying, like when my favorite fighter has got in there with a fighter that was a threat. Even though, like I'm gonna make an example. Even though when Andre Ward fought Sergey Kovalev, right, and all the way leading up to that fight, I'm like, man, Ward is like, ain't no way Kovalev gonna beat Ward. When I was ringside at that fight, yeah, I had that feeling in my chest, like, oh shit, this shit finna go down. And then you realize that anything can happen. You realize that anything can happen. That's just being, truthful as a fight fan. So a lot of people realize that and they're like, nah, I don't want to see him fight that dude.
So let's say they do give us that Tank, and let's say Tank wins. Tank ain't giving no rematch. Then Devin gonna want a rematch somewhere down the line.
We got to get to that point before we even think about rematches. We got to get.
Me? I just feel like
that's negotiation. Negotiation.
Yeah, like,
don't mess with Texas. Y'all hate Tank because he's small and knocking out people. Who said they hate Tank?
Nobody up here hates Tank.
Nobody's biased. Nobody's biased to either one.
Like, who said they hate Tank or anybody? Who said they hate Tank or Devin Haney or anybody?
Hate's a strong word, bro. To a person you don't know.
Fact.
Ben Israel said, so you scared for Tank, Keon? What the fuck is you talking? Like, Ben, I think you're a little slow up there. Respectfully. I don't know if that's softened the blow or anything, but I think you're a little slow, bro. I'm scared for Tank.
Put the towel can down, Ben.
Like, something wrong. Like, I'm scared for Tank.
We call that pillow talking here in New York.
You Ben, I don't know what you on, bro. I don't know what you on, but you all the way like left field. I'm afraid for Tank. Okay. Yeah, all right. I don't know, like, what even made you say that shit. Maybe you got Tourette's and you just, instead of yelling shit out, you just typing shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Yes.
Ben a talented guy, though. He's a talented guy. He's a talented rapper, though. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a talented rapper. He need to put that bottle down right now. Ben, put that bottle. I fuck with Ben, but Ben be saying some off the wall shit, man. If anybody believed that I'm afraid for Tank, you done lost your damn mind. For real. I'm the nigga that did damn near pulled out hair out my head, one Tank to fight all these people, but I'm not finna do that no more because, they gonna fight whenever they want to, if they ever want to.
Period. And they know we gonna be right here to watch. That's why they do that shit.
John Wick said he's a Shakur fan. He'll go at Tank, but not his core kit. I don't even know if the fuck a core kit is. First of all, John Wick.
Awesome.
Second of all, a nigga that stay rubbing Haney's nuts can't say nothing about nobody, bro. Like you the biggest Haney addict, not a fanatic, addict. You the biggest Haney addict that there is. Now, what do you want me to go at Shakur about? Now, I actually did get on Shakur helmet earlier. I don't know if you wasn't here. I got on Shakur helmet for some shit that he said in the interview. So what you talking about? I'm not finna just make up some shit to go off on a nigga for. If one of these fighters have some shit where I think that they in the wrong or out of pocket, I'm gonna say it. But you just want me to make up some shit? You know what I'm saying? It's just like when EJ was moving and doing everything that he said he was gonna do. Niggas was mad saying, oh man, you ain't holding EJ feet to the fire. For what? What did you want us to hold his feet to the fire for? He was doing everything he said he was gonna do. He was fighting everybody. He wasn't ducking no smoke. When it came to Terrence Crawford, he told you what he was gonna do, and he did what he said he was gonna do when he said he was gonna do it. Oh man, y'all just let EJ, like, y'all just be wanting to. It's fighters like Devin Haney, man, that it's you have to get on their helmet because they stay doing. You know what I'm saying? They stay lying. So yeah, but am I gonna sit up here and tell you that Devin? Like, see, you got some haters that be, oh man, Devin, he's trash. He can't fight, and he this and that. I don't do all that shit.
And it become obvious when we hear the lies that y'all have a lot of people close to him who won't tell their ass the truth. So yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna not keep it 100 with you, period.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like all of these fighters, man. Like, if anybody that know me know that I honestly want to see all of these fighters fight each other. If it was up to me, right? If it was up to me, I would have all these fighters fighting the tournament. You feel what I'm saying? If you was at 135 and you moved to 140, well, y'all still all gonna have to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? And then if you lose, you know what I'm saying, you drop down and you eventually gonna fight them again. If you say you the best, what they should do, see, a lot of these fighters that get exposed, right? And I'm not talking about no fighter that we've been talking about in particular, but boxing would be a way different sport if it was ran like the UFC. And these fighters that you think is the best and they got O's, most of them wouldn't have no O. Most of them would have no O. You know what I'm saying? Most of them wouldn't have no O. If they took all the belts away and it was a ranking system and you had to fight your way up through that ranking system like you're supposed to have to do in boxing, right? And you had to fight that top guy. If the top guy lose, you know what I'm saying? Now you the top guy and the next under you got to fight him and like they run the UFC. It ain't no, well, man, he on this side or, man, my promoter and then money. Nah, all of y'all fight. That's how I would run the shit. Wouldn't be no ducking. If you duck, if you say, nah, I'm not fighting him, okay, that's cool. You can sit your ass on the shelf and you ain't getting paid.
You move all the way to the bottom. Move all the way to the bottom.
It wouldn't be no running, ducking, and hiding. It wouldn't. And you know what? You know what that'll do, KQ? You know what that'll do, OTB? It'll take the fanatic out of it'll take the fanatic out of boxing too. All these fans that's pretending like they really, really boxing fans, all them, nah. The real one's gonna prevail. Now we're gonna see how much of a fanatic you are of that fight. It'll change a whole lot of shit in boxing.
And you got to support him moving all the way back up after a loss.
Now let's see if your favorite fighter get his ass beat and he moved and now he's down. You know what I'm saying? He didn't move down in the rankings. Now he got to work his way back up to get that championship fight, right? Now let's see if you're gonna stick with that fighter that you such a fanatic over, that you swear up and down is invincible, that never can be beat. But like I said, man, if you really if you look at the situation, y'all,
facts, KQ.
all of the best fighters fought each other they probably will all have losses on their record.
Of course.
They fought each other and then they rematched each other and then continued to go like that. Like you had Shakur and Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Tank win. And then Shakur come back and they rematch. And then Shakur win. And then, so on. Like, it'll be different, man. That's why the UFC, you rarely see a fighter that's undefeated in the UFC. Because they eventually lose because they make them fight the best. John Jones is the only fighter that's really have a long, thriving career in the UFC that ain't never lost. John Jones. And he got an L on this record, but it was a disqualification loss that they should have been took off. He the only one that ain't never lost. Anybody that was a great, you know what I'm saying, they end up losing because they had to fight the best. It wasn't, no, I ain't fighting him. But boxing is it's watered down. It's a whole bunch of smoking mirrors, smoking screens. It's just is what it is, man. So
and it's politics, bro. That's why I had a problem with the Ngannou shit. Like, they basically telling us, like, man, the rankings ain't gonna never mean nothing. If you ain't got the right promoter and you ain't got a promoter with some money behind you, you can stay at the bottom of them rankings and be 50-0. They don't care.
Yeah, I had a problem with that too. I had a problem with that. Just walk on in there and get the best of the best,
Exactly. That's basically telling us, bro, the rankings don't matter. You can have a right to earn a fight and somebody else have a bigger name. If he got a bigger fan base, then he's entitled to the same thing that you earned.
Yep. It's like this, man. Why did Jermell Charlo just get stripped of the WBC strap, right? They stripped him of the WBC title. Now, Sebastian Fundora is fighting for Jermell Charlo's WBC strap against another guy that I'd never heard of. And Sebastian Fundora, for one, he just lost by knockout his last fight. But this is the sport that we're talking about. So you stripping this man of his strap and you letting the man that just got knocked out in his last fight somebody that nobody never heard of for the WBC title.
Like, that's crazy. You ain't never seen that shit happen.
Like, come on, man.
Like, you ain't never seen that shit happen. I've been a fan of boxing a long time. But if anybody even in the chat can say when they done seen somebody get knocked out, walk right back in the ring and get a title opportunity, I love to know that.
Jamar says Khabib didn't lose. Yeah, you're right. Khabib didn't lose, but Khabib didn't stay that long. You know what I'm saying? Khabib is a beast. He definitely, in my book, right there at a legend, but he didn't stay that long, right? Because he kind of left early. So I'm talking about somebody that's had a long reign. You really don't see that in the UFC because they end up losing. Now they get their rematch. But boxing used to be like that. Boxing, all the best fighters used to fight each other. If you lost, you were going to rematch them. Straight up and down. You might rematch 3 and 4 times. We don't see that shit no more in boxing, man. But y'all got anything else to add before I shut it down?
Nah, go ahead, Key. I appreciate you having me up. I'm out. Appreciate you rocking the panel with you, OG.
Yes, sir. Always, brother. Always.
I just want. Yeah, let them know what's going on too, KQ.
Yes, sir. I'll be live tomorrow morning with Knockout Boxing at 9:00 on his platform, and right back at it on Monday at 11:00 a.m. I called a good fight today. Conner Benn, that fight, and Conner Benn almost cherry pick went wrong today, almost for him. Yes, sir. Went the distance, went to decision, but he won by unanimous decision. So
yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
Everybody right now, if you not subscribed to KQKC Boxing, right now, he do shows every morning at what's the time again, KQ?
11:00 a.m. Central Standard Time.
9:00 a.m. Central Standard Time. KQ cooking every morning. He called all the fights, and he'll be on Knockout Boxing 86 TV tomorrow. Make sure right now you stop what you're doing and you go subscribe to KQKC Boxing Network. It's right there on the screen. KQKC Boxing Network. Make sure unbiased, man. He cooked, and yeah, y'all need to go sub to him. He put on hell of a shows and he do it every day. So
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hell of a show. Hell of a show. And being Israel, man, I rock with you. I just couldn't, man. You give me a headache, dog. But hell of a show. Make sure that y'all hit the like button, smash on the like button for me before you move out. And KQ, yes, sir, man.
All right.
Appreciate you coming through, KQ. And y'all already know how I do. Tango talking that boxing again, and we gone.